Good evening, everybody. Oh, this isn't playing. Good evening, everybody. I gotta get my music on. Hi. Welcome to the third one of these. The third Game of the Year Awards, 2023. Boy, what a year. It has a 3 in it.
Undeniable. Right you are.
No matter where you are, no matter who you are, 2023 had a 3 in it. I'm actually Shakespeare, if you don't already know. And I'm joined by my fine comrades. Public Opinion.
Yo.
B Drops.
Hello.
And Wordsy.
Hello.
We've been in the video game business for about 5 years. We only did this for 3 of them. I never thought to. I don't know what
newer traditions.
I don't think people were watching back in the first couple of years. You know, don't worry about it though. You are now. You're here with us.
Hello.
If you were, you're cool.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
like what the hell?
You're so cool. Thank you for my life.
You probably know what hitbox is. Anyways, we are here as we try to be at the end of every year to discuss the video games that we played. Some of them are from this year. I think actually a good chunk of mine are from this year. I had tried to make a point of playing video games in the year of our Lord 2023. But you know, we got all kinds of categories, we got all kinds of discussions, so why not get to it so we don't stay up too fucking late. Let us get to our first category. It is time, it is the winter tradition, it is time for the airing of grievances.
Oh boy.
I like to kick it off like this every single time. It is the most cool and fun game I am mad about. I guess I'm up first. I'm juggling the dock and like my transitions and stuff, so 1 second. We have images. And boy do I have an image. Baldur's Gate 3. Man, to even begin to discuss what I want to discuss about this category is actually dipping into basically the entirety of spoilers for the plot of Baldur's Gate 3, so I am sorry. This is my official warning right now.
Oh no. I haven't finished it yet.
Run to.
No. Okay, fine. I'll try to dance around it for comedy. I think okay, let me just shuffle my notes. Let me cross out that one. Let me nope, can't say that one. let me just ready the bleep button. Okay, Baldur's Gate 3 I think actually has there's a lot of issues with that game, and I enjoyed it very much, but there is, even on the technical side of things, it is an unfortunately large case of game in the last act. A lot of ambitions getting away from them. But I think the thing, but I kind of glaze over for that. Like, there's a lot about it that could be better, but it's like I understand they're trying to manage it like this game has been out in early access for what, like 3 years?
Something
more?
like
5?
For a really long time.
Yeah, it's the game has sort of technically been a work in progress all its life, so you know, I'm not here to complain about that notion of video game culture. What I am here to complain about is the notion that this game simulates what it feels like to play a D&D campaign with a really lame DMPC. And I mean that fully derogatory. And that's, I guess if you don't want me to spoil it, that's about all I can say. There are points of this story that are just so railroaded into that dude's importance.
I tried so hard to fix him.
I tried so hard to get him out of my life.
I got into his life It did not.
and more. I just like. I guess I don't mind that this is an inherently like problematic character. I guess like I don't know how else to describe it. He's the game acknowledges that he is like a dude who is not really above board as you know it.
Everybody talks that constantly, like, maybe not, actually.
Yeah, and like I get it, and they were given that, and then the game was just like, oh, by the way, everything he said was right though, and also you're stupid if you want to try anything different, and also there's nothing different. Which didn't sit well in my gullet.
I should not have let him know me.
How well did you let him know? Was it deeply?
Well, let's just say I'm surprised no one brought it up to me.
I didn't know how to approach things like that because I think I might be the person in my friend group who's played the most of this game.
Maybe so.
Man. There's a lot of things about the like, I think I disagree about the NPC part of things. It's the character you're talking about is really present NPC that is important, but I always felt that their importance was secondary to the gaggle of idiots I was rolling around with.
I mean, yeah, like, so to me, in my perspective, that was like, yeah, up to a certain point. Like, we're the cool guys. We're gonna do heroic shit. I just, yeah, I can't name specifics if we're gonna walk around this with PO.
Well, I am most of the. I mean, I'm at least halfway through Act 3.
Okay. Well,
of the things you need to collect in Act 3, I have just obtained one of them.
I see.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, sorry if you can piece together what we're saying.
Yeah, I think a hefty handful of what we're talking about is also very, very, very close to the end as well.
Yeah,
that's the primary bulk of the gripes, not the.
It is kind of loaded there, yeah.
Yeah, I can appreciate, as Shakes was saying, the general front forward grayness of everything from the get-go.
Yeah, it's just in a game that is lauded for so many story beats and stuff, like being so like there's like, you have a lot of branches, right? Yeah, reactive stuff. You can do all kinds of things in all kinds of ways, especially because they try to simulate the skill systems and like your class stuff or whatever, like you can make stuff happen that is not just binary choices, and instead it just sort of results in a thing that isn't a choice, and your only choice is who you want to execute it with or whatever. Like, it's just kind of like, I don't know, something about it, like, and I guess it's video games. I guess I shouldn't have expected anything else, but I don't know. That game has so much, like, promise in the front end of it. That's like...
I have a question then. So, Baldur's Gate 3, when it opens up, because that line of reasoning makes me think of Fahrenheit.
Oh,
where
yeah.
The game opens up in like this crazy way where you're like, oh my god, what is possible? And then as you plow through, the hallway narrows and narrows and narrows until you're at your conclusion, which is not necessarily the only way things can go, but it is what I kind of expect, because with the amount of permutations they account for in Baldur's Gate 3, I wonder, like, what does this game look like if you allow that to the end?
Yeah.
As well?
Like, the games that, like, yeah, it feels bad to compare anything that I largely like to Fahrenheit, because, boy, that game that's the steepest incline from strong start to miserable ending I've ever witnessed.
Oh dear.
Horrible.
But like, yeah, the game that I constantly think of as being like the most responsive to player choice is Alpha Protocol, which is notable for being very short. Like once you kind of get a grip with it, you can bang out a playthrough in a weekend easy. So I think it's a real balancing act of like, you know, making a long RPG and making a reactive RPG.
Yeah.
Hey, Mass Effect 3 is on this list. Wow. So, talk
Oh,
about
God.
that later.
Oh God, do I have similar gripes? But it was just so weird because like, I don't know yeah, it's hard to just say anything without just being like, yeah, I guess I wish it was more reactive. But it's like they set the precedent of everything being not necessarily reactive, but having options, right? You know, here's your table of options. You know, you can just start killing people. You can talk to them. You can do social stuff. You can use your brains to figure out a different idea. Like, you know, that kind of thing is what this game was truly selling. At least at the beginning, a lot more. Like, a lot of your problems are very similar, though a lot of them do just kind of boil down to, and then you fight, which is also not.
Unless you're a crazy person, and then you never fight.
I adore working so hard to fight as little as possible in that game.
It's
Timothy Brass will never kill.
Good.
Man, how do you? Well, I guess Timothy doesn't have to. He has friends.
Neither will his friends.
Oh my
you
God.
can do so much of this game by just leaving and or getting the objective and then walking away.
This is true.
Yeah.
Usually it's just easier to walk away when they're dead, but that is just true of anything in life. I have
We
to
don't
wonder.
endorse this advice.
Yeah, I have to wonder how the Act 2 finale works non-lethally. Because I was
Yeah.
like hitting every skill check in that dialogue tree, and it was just sort of like, well, now you're gonna fight, but he's sad about it.
The Act 2 finale, it is the conversation is just debuffs.
Yeah, pretty much.
But my solution
Which is
for
not
that
bad
was
per se.
my solution for that was, well, if I throw myself into a pit and he has to follow me.
Don't be mean to him. He might be awful, but
Well,
I have no defense for this man. I just
He's-
sympathize.
I'm
Alright.
kind of with you. I like Fantasy J.K. Simmons a lot.
He's
Oh,
so
JK.
sad.
He's very sad.
No. But what else are we mad about?
What
Yeah.
the-
What else are we mad about?
Yeah, I have a far less deep topic. One second. Let me see here. Alphabet. How's the alphabet?
Drum
work?
roll.
I also threw a second one in here. Most cool and fun game I'm mad about. F-099. Why is everybody so good at this game and I'm not good at this game and I want to win just once?
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all.
There.
Let me see.
Condolences on your moves.
Next up is Wordsy is bringing forward. What are you bringing forward? Most cool and fun game you're mad about.
I'm mad at Liza P because for several reasons. I think the game's really good. I think it's super fun, and I think it is incredibly engaging. I've never played a game that I am good at that has made me feel more like I have failed at every step of the way.
Wordsy is apparently very quiet. I don't know why.
Am I? I'm sorry. I can do
Normal in
this.
Sorry.
Discord.
Yeah, you're kind of
Yeah.
not too bad, but you're a little on the low end, I'd say. Oh, I don't know, just leaning.
Yeah. No, you got
Eat
it.
that mic.
Oh god. Yeah, now you're kissing the red.
I just bumped up my gain.
Fantastic.
But yeah, no. For Lies of P is a game that I did pretty well. I beat most of the things in it on my first try, but the two instances of like major stumbling that I ran into, I just felt my heart sink, and I went, I hate this game. It's so soul crushing.
You know what game
I-
made me feel like that? Bayonetta.
Ooh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Bayonetta 1, every time I got past a group of enemies, it never felt good. I never felt good about myself. I do want to go back and start over that game and finish it, but god, is it really make you aware of your shortcomings in a way that's not direct, but you feel it.
I
It
feel
you.
like that every time I solve a
Great.
puzzle in a game by accident.
Oh,
You're just pushing blocks around, and you hear the chime, and it's like, wait, no, I don't know the answer though. It just happened.
Slider
No.
puzzle.
it's yeah, no, but like I played through the whole game on stream with people, and then we got all the way to like the secret boss or whatever, and I did beat it. I felt great shame I felt shame about that boss in particular for a bunch of reasons I don't have to get into here, but I then started a new playthrough, and I did not do my normal thing where I level up a bunch. I just fought the boss normally, and I can't beat the first boss anymore, which feels even worse. So I think I might never reinstall the game. The DLC is there's DLC that's planned for it that should be really cool. So we'll see. But I'm terrified of touching that controller again with Lies of P. Despite it being a fantastic game, I feel so bad. That's my bit.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, moving on. That is 1 sec. This is gonna be it every single time. All right, Pio,
Spin the
you
wheel.
brought something to the table.
All right, Saints Row reboot. I think I liked it more than most people did. But
Mhm.
boy, it's just I don't know. There's like I think it's my favorite Saints Row location. I like it more than Stillwater and Steelport. It's a cool zone, very different from the kind of just the previous ones. But the game quite buggy, and like I overall kind of like the the tone of it, but I don't know. Maybe just never can never get back that Saints Row 2 magic.
Yeah.
And boy, the DLC kind of sucked.
Oh no.
I
Oh no.
I played the first one and was underwhelmed, and then the other ones just didn't hook me enough to give it a go. Well, I just wanted like just more, yeah, especially more clothes. Always need clothes.
Yeah, I was really bummed out about the character creator. Like, it wasn't bad, but boy, is it a step down from 3 and 4. 4 is especially, because 4 lets you go fucking crazy with it. I didn't actually play the new one though. I only ever downloaded that character creator just to mess around with it, and then I heard people going like, "What the fuck is this?" Now I'm very trepidatious. I do kind of just want to replay the original 4 Saints Rows again more. I don't think I ever beat
Yeah.
4.
Look, if you just want more Saints Row, I'd say, it's a pretty solid entry. I don't know. It's tough to rank them because they all got problems and they all got good points, and they all got like different strengths. Like, I don't know, story-wise, I didn't particularly like 4, but it had some high points, and also just the power scaling going absolutely insane was a lot of fun, even though it really makes you wonder, well, where do you go from here? You kind of had to do a reboot. Though, I mean, I guess depends whether you count Get Out of Hell in there, because I guess that is how you escalate. You go to hell.
That's how every long-standing franchise they hit the 2 points. They went to space and they went to hell. Like,
and now they're done.
Yeah, just like Jason Voorhees. Like, what do? You reboot.
You become 10.
Yeah, and that's with the games industry, that may very well be the end of Saints Row.
Oh, that is kind of a
Like
bummer
that.
to think about.
Well,
Well. To rest in peace, Saints Row, our problematic fave of video games.
I'll play you one day.
In every sense of the word.
yeah.
Well, I think that takes us out of everything we're mad about. No more anger.
I've purged anger from my life.
I'm pretty sure we will have anger later.
Feeling of angry.
There's a little bit, but let's move on to the actual positivity with not backhanded. Let me get the new category written up. Oh no, I should have gotten this ready.
Hey, I feel you. it's hard.
Please wait warmly by the fire.
Yeah, it's real.
Hold your hands out. Can't you feel it?
Oh,
Believe in the fire.
I can feel it.
Just reach in. You can.
You can reach in. It's okay.
Reach into the fire, and you will find a friend and a boy.
What's up?
Right. Next category is best game I did not play. Yeah, this has been a pretty stalwart one for all 3 of these. Because we, as video game players and players of the internet, also tend to watch video games on the internet. It's our favorite pastime. And that's why we force it upon you. Sorry, I chose a weird time to chew a tiny bit of chip. But yeah, there's lots of games out there that are really cool. Didn't play them, but definitely saw people play them. And I guess I need to queue up the same exact image. No, I don't. No, never mind.
It's a different
image.
Somewhere else.
It was a little back. PO up on the table. First and foremost, back at it again with Liza P.
Well, I've kind of, I'm holding myself back. I'm champing at the bit to get into that one. I'm just trying to pace myself. Need to force myself to finish Baldur's Gate 3 first, but everyone's very positive about Liza P.
It's great.
And,
I hate it so much.
That's how it goes with Souls-likes, and I can't wait to get mad at it myself soon.
Yeah. Love to get angry at video games. Speaking of games that I don't think will make me angry, actually. It's conveniently right next to it alphabetically. Lethal Company is my entry for best game I didn't play. Boy, is that the streamer's golden goose
This time.
this year. At least this quarter. I don't know. This will probably get some... I would like to think this one will get some pretty good mileage going forward, at least.
The way the dev updates it, I would agree. It's like the Vampire Survivor person. Like, they are 2 people who are just giving free updates to a game that are ridiculous.
Godspeed, wow.
Yeah. They're throwing in silly clown hats. They're throwing in new creepypastas to kill you. What is better than simulated capitalism and dying with your friends? Little else, I think.
either, so I don't die.
I've played enough Salmon Run to know this is worthwhile.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Lethal Company really scratching that very specific itch, but with SCPs,
Mm.
basically. Yeah, I actually I've received Lethal Company as a gift recently, so I am looking forward to actually playing it in 2024.
Nice.
Maybe it'll come up again next year. Maybe, I don't know. You'll probably see me stream it.
Hmm.
How could I not? I am only human. Let's see. Where Z is next. What are you bringing? Why is
Oxenfree 2.
you had 2 of them?
I did. It was
Where
Armored Core.
This image directory.
I saw you run through.
Curse of the Web P.
Oxenfree, so I was like, that one.
Is it the fucking Web Ps? Is that one a Web P? Hold on.
It might be.
It is.
you get
Oh,
them-
I thought Web Ps worked in OBS. Oh shit.
Web
Oh
P's
shit.
working so little. I despise them. I loathes them.
They work in fucking the lives of Web P. Damn it. Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
I'm so sorry about the lies of WebP.
Please hold.
Will do.
Oh no. Boop. Where was the image I got? Bam. Bam. Okay. Why don't you just start talking about it? Honestly, I can.
yeah, okay.
We'll make
My,
it happen. Just give me a sec.
So the best game I didn't play, I have 2 this year. One of them was Armored Core 6: Fires Rubicon. So I've never played an Armored Core game, but when I was younger, I had the distinct privilege of being able to sit at the back of my friend's room while they played Armored Core I got to sit in the back quietly, and that was really cool to see. So now that I am an adult with money, I'll finally be the one that gets to play the video game. And from what I saw of Armored Core 6, it looked really cool, and it features a lot of like customization stuff that I think will tickle that part of my brain really heavily. Not to mention, big robots have kind of been just kind of in my brain this year. So I want to play it to just kind of have more big robot ideas. It just seems like a game I'm going to like a whole lot.
Wow, there it is.
Yeah.
You can find all the ones.
over.
Damn it.
I played one of the PS2 ones a little bit. I want to get it at some point. Give it a shot. Robots.
Well, we do love a robot here. Yeah, Armored Core 6 has been one that's on my... Because, like, I don't know. I liked Elden Ring. I know it's not going to be anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, hey, I'm with you, FromSoft. I finally played one of your video games. I'll jump on the Armored Core bandwagon, even though I did not play the 5 other ones.
No
I
time
guess-
like the present.
Yeah, right?
My other game. I
That's
did
the one I do
didn't
have.
talk about it, but that was Potionomics, which was
Oh.
a nope. I'm joking. Oxenfree 2. So Oxenfree 1 was a really cool game that I also didn't get to play, but I watched somebody play through it, and it looked really, really interesting, and I got the full story from it. So in my brain, I said, well, time to definitely hop on Oxenfree 2, and then I didn't, because I played Baldur's Gate 3 pretty much every waking hour of every day. It looks like a mystery game that I'm going to really enjoy, like Night in the Woods. It's got kind of like this.
Did you play the first Oxenfree?
No, I watched somebody else do it.
Was it
while
me?
I was no.
Wait, now I'm confused.
The person I watched play Oxenfree was someone that I went to a movie with, and then they were like, "Hey, you want to watch me play some video games?" And I was like, "Sure." I watched people play Armored Core when I was a child. I didn't say that, but
You should have.
Went from there and wanted to play Oxenfree 2. It just the visuals and everything just kind of look my style. If anybody watched the award thing I did last night, they might notice that I like green and orange and yellows colors, and I see a lot of those in that game. So I want to see my eyes with that because I want to see the colors. I'm a very simple person.
Oxenfree is a really cool game. I actually don't think I streamed it. I know I made that. I know I was like, "Did you watch me?" I was like, "No." I'm pretty sure that's just a game that I saw on Steam and was like, "This is neat. I'm gonna play it," and then I did, and I was like, "That was a great time."
Nice.
Oxenfree
Yeah,
was,
okay.
yeah. I keep forgetting Oxenfree 2 is out. Like I always keep like thinking like, "Oh yeah, Oxenfree 2. When's that coming out?" For like
It's
the past
out.
like 5 months.
It's ready to go.
Oh,
I'm
that's cool.
really excited for it.
Okay. I think I'll slip this in, or at least I'll slip an abridged version of it in because it's already. Because part of me is like, I don't know, but I will take this moment to say Ultra Kill is really fucking cool. I have not played a single second of Ultra Kill. I've watched the 100% of Ultra Kill through my girlfriend, but goddamn, is that game cool? It's not done yet, which has made me, hesitant, I guess, to keep bringing it up. I'll probably bring it up next year, but that game is doing cool things with the notion of what a video game protagonist is, and the relation to the character the player controls, I guess. And
Interesting.
I can gush about that like a fountain of blood another day.
I also haven't played it, but I've listened to the soundtrack. It's pretty sick.
It's pretty sick.
I just heard it was good and thought, hey, I'll play this for the silly robots. I didn't know it went to these heights. I'm more interested.
It's
Not that I wasn't already intending to play it at some point.
not to say that it's like direct in your face Undertale metafiction, but like like Lime is saying right now, just sort of a thing that's kind of discussed about like the game's creator and stuff, and a lot of its community are kind of looking at it and going like, yeah, interesting. But yes, B has an entry for best game didn't play.
Everybody played Street Fighter 6. I am not everybody. It looked very fun. I didn't know anything about Luke before this game came out, and I just think he's neat. He looks like Whataburger, and that makes me happy.
Hi, my name's Whataburger.
He's
But my
the
friends call me
Whataburger boy.
Luke.
Yeah, I just think that's neat. I'm so happy for him.
It's been a real fun time. He's problematic, but yeah, I guess he is like in a PMC or something.
And let's be
Oh, but
real, that's
they're-
one of my least problematic faves, if he is one.
Honestly,
Yeah,
They're
my
the
list
good
is
PMC. They defend people.
yeah.
yeah, fictional
great.
cops.
Luke should be in Metal Gear Solid. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no!
Dang.
Don't send him to war, please.
He's in it. He's already in
No,
it. There's
but it
all
gets to be, like-
military characters in this game.
But like it's fun. It's like one-on-one fist fighting with rules in a boxing ring.
I don't know. You start fighting M. Bison and his guys, it starts getting a little less. There's,
did
they
Bison
set
come
up a
back?
no, but his dude set up a bomb. He kills your
Yeah,
fun
that's pretty
rival.
bad.
Sorry, spoilers for Street Fighter 6.
Oh,
Your
not
rival
my
gets
fun
fucking
rival.
bombed.
Poor guy.
It's okay. He would have died anyways because he had like psychic space heart disease that was giving him superpowers.
Oh dang! I want superpowers.
So it was basically that or the bomb.
Yeah, the only two choices in life. But yeah, it looked like a fun time. As I said, it felt like everyone was playing it. Just about everyone I know was playing it when it came out, and it just seemed like a lot of fun. But I never touched it. Maybe someday.
Maybe
I,
someday.
I had a lot of fun with it. I haven't really done much since beating the single player, but I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'll I know they've added some more stuff, and it's the temptation of the DLC characters. So perhaps.
Yeah, I've been meaning to try out more I've also fallen off of it pretty heavy, partially because of skill ceilings feeling like they've been being reached, and I don't know if I have it in me to become the person that elevates my skill ceiling in a Street Fighter. People have spent decades doing that. I don't know if I got those in me.
Your decade begins now.
I guess so, or not. You know, I can just stay where I am, play casually.
That is true.
I don't need to be that good. But it's still fun, and there's been two new. I bought the DLC pack from the get go, so I've been getting the new characters. I just need to try them out, and then learn how annoying they are to fight against. Because I picked a low tier character.
They're pretty annoying to fight against. Let me tell you.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all right. Let's move it on. Let's move it on to the flavor of the season. Our new category, Baldur's Gate of the Year. Let me get graphics. This one, yeah. Pio, what do you got to bring to the table for your Baldur's Gate of the Year?
My Baldur's Gate of the Year is Potionomics. It strips out all that tactical combat nonsense and focuses on what's really important: dating weird people / monsters.
Yeah.
That is true. That is.
I understand.
You can romance a walrus man in Potionomics.
Yo.
There's a demon lady. There's
okay.
Several. There's a panoply of sexy adventurers. It's.
Yeah.
Though I will a tragedy in today's age. You can only pick one, as far as I'm aware.
Oh no! You gotta encourage the multiple playthroughs.
Yeah, your polycule dreams cannot be realized in Potionomics, as far as I'm aware.
The Walrus Man also gives pretty good cards, apparently.
The Walrus Man's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Walrus of benefits.
It's I definitely used a lot of his cards, both for flavor and mechanical reasons. I was sad the Moth Gal's cards didn't mesh with my playstyle at all. They're like, I was looking at them, I was like, you could probably make some cool combos with these, but I just did not invest enough into it. If you want a very dangerous deck with the Moth Gal, but yeah, I think people, I may have to replay Potionomics, do something different.
Okay. Where's this game? What is the alphabet? Wordsy, what do you got? Wordsy, you have an entry for me for Baldur's Gate of the Year.
I do. It's Final Fantasy 16.
Damn, did you play that?
Yes.
You have a PS5? You're not letting me play it?
I have access to a PS5, and I listen. Nobody tell them that I'm playing on the PS5. So.
What do they think you're doing? Hold on.
No. Just
you can tell me.
I don't want people to know that I'm using the PS5. They can't know. Final Fantasy 16 is another big RPG this year that has kind of captured my attention. I haven't beaten it, but I have played it. And it's they took the Final Fantasy stuff and they were like, that's interesting. Hey, guy who made Final Fantasy 14, do you know what Devil May Cry is? And he went, sure.
I've heard of it.
And then they just kind of put peanut butter on top of jelly, and it rules.
I've heard a lot of great things about Final Fantasy 16. I look forward to it in about a decade when I get a PS5.
When you can secure a PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listen. There's a reason I have to make sure nobody knows I'm using the PS5 because I don't have a PS5.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. But no, yeah. That game is so cool. I can't wait to play more of it. It's it scratches that RPG itch I wanted to do, and it also is interesting in mechanics and stuff. So I wanna keep doing it, but I have to stop playing Baldur's Gate for another playthrough if I want to keep doing it. Which is gonna be a tough
That's why
sell.
it's the Baldur's Gate of the year 2023. I guess my thing doesn't technically have a graphic, so I'm just going to go back to this. Wouldn't you know it, my Baldur's Gate 3 of the year is Baldur's Gate 3.
What?
Anyways, it's not actually that. My actual answer is those shorts that Larian keeps producing, those animated shorts,
Those are pretty funny.
where they've gotten all the voice actors together to just make little 5-minute non-canon snippets. Usually advertising some feature or whatever, but it's like they hired someone who does a lot of very funny little animation work, and they have a lot of heart in them. It's great. They get it, I think.
Delight every
Oh.
time.
Just, little character idiosyncrasies. Maybe a little bit of Flanderization, but hey, that's why they're in the funny little cartoons. But yeah, I've always been enjoying them. This game, Baldur's Gate 3, is pretty unabashedly pretty gay in like
Yeah.
all over the place. No holding back on that, and that has thankfully been expressed in pretty much all the material they've ever released. And I think that's neat. I don't think Gale's neat though.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
Oh
yeah.
shit, I forgot. I'm sorry. I remembered the other thing I'm mad about, and it's Gale's entire storyline.
Okay,
Look,
to be fair, I think there's a bug.
There might
Very,
be one bug, but also
Yes.
there's certain things that don't come across as bugs.
Yeah, but still, like, I will not spoil anything about it, but Shakes and I both talked about how we both got the same ending.
Mhm.
And Knight and I had looked it up after we finished our playthrough, because we were like, we tried so hard to do something else with him, though. And at least one person had mentioned that, like, even though they had romanced him, they still got the same ending as us, and that some people were saying, we think there's something about his storyline that at the time we had played was bugged, so that it was
Mhm.
difficult to shift his storyline one way or another. So hopefully that's been fixed, or maybe there was just something we were missing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. My biggest gripe with it is the choice he makes. I don't think is an unequivocal good, which is not inherently bad. What I think is annoying is that everyone is just like, yeah, fuck that fuck person who's spoilers. You be your own man, Gale. And it's like, do you hear what he's trying to do? Do you hear the words coming out of his mouth? No good thing has ever come from someone wishing that in any work of fiction.
No, but it's fine because he's different.
Well,
I guess so.
I've been pretty pro Gale and romanced him, so I'll see what happens as I get through the end game.
Theo, I have so much faith in you. You can fix him. I believe
Yeah,
in you.
if anybody can.
I just like I find him charming for I think a lot of the same reason that everyone else hates him.
I
It's
don't
like this-
mind his stuff normally.
Yeah.
I think
It's
Gale's
the
a very
one thing.
interesting character. Yeah, I think it's the way the fiction is treating him feels weird.
Oh, also, I can't deny that him not stopping complaining to me about his ex is a big turnoff.
A little bit.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I mean, I know some people don't mind that, and they're like, "Oh, poor baby," and I get it, but
It's unfortunately his entire deal.
I
Yeah,
imagine he
it's-
gets over it a little more.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just you stare at this wizard and go, how can you be so stupid?
But I'm very smart, you see.
Oh, sure you are, buddy.
That's why I've created this ingenious plan
No.
to do one
Hey.
of the least human things possible. Because I'm
Hey,
way
stop.
cooler than everyone
No,
else.
no, no. Stop. Don't. Think about another option.
Listen, literally no one has ever been able to do this successfully before, and it's ended as disastrously as possible. But I'm different.
But I think
I don't
can
have
do
a
it.
reason why, though. I can't
think
tell
I
you
got
why I'm
this.
different. I'm just that cool. And I'm
Hold
sorry.
my
Gale.
beer.
I find Gale enjoyable. I don't hate him.
I like Act 1
I
Gale.
need to fix him though.
Well, I brought the griping back, which is fine because I have a category that only words you submitted to, but
Hello.
it, you know,
I wondered if
it's
words
a
made it for that reason.
no. I
didn't make
had this. I don't remember why I had this category last year because I deleted everything. I guess I could check the pod.
It might have. Did I make this cat? I don't know. I remember making some category to put Bendy and the Ink Machine in, and it was
Maybe
something
you
along these
did.
lines.
Maybe this is. It's the best. Why does everyone like this game? And yeah, I do. I think this was a you actually. This is the Bendy and the Ink Machine category. The Bendy and the Ink Machine memorial category. Why does everyone like this game?
Candy Bendy, baby.
All right. It's time for the Devil's Advocate portion of the show.
Oh boy.
As Word Z brings his dissertation about Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
What dissertation? No. Listen, I don't have to defend anything. I don't understand what everybody likes it. That's it. I don't know what to tell you.
I would love to know your thoughts.
Hit me with them. Hit me with them while I change this category.
Maybe I'm just not into adventure games about building stuff. That's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of it doesn't appeal to you? Is that it?
I don't know. I don't think that's it. I see it and I go, that I'm happy everybody's having fun. I definitely couldn't. I think if I played that game, I would not give it a fair chance, and then I would have a bad time because I'm not giving it a fair chance.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, sometimes you'll just recognize something, even if it is like critically a good product or a well-received product. You don't necessarily have to force yourself to enjoy something that doesn't feel like it would be a good experience for you.
Yeah, I could say for sure. Like, I do think like Tears of the Kingdom and the other the Breath of the Wild are both good games. I think it's crazy to say that they aren't. That many people probably aren't wrong about liking a thing.
You'd be surprised.
I
No.
guess
The haters are loud.
they do be loud, but I for one am just I want to try them, but I keep going. I probably shouldn't because I'm just gonna go about nothing. I'm just gonna be mad for no reason.
It's okay if it's just not for you. That's perfectly fine.
Mhm.
Wait, am I supposed to be starting arguments for entertainment value?
You don't have to. I like I said.
What's
Stop
wrong?
this
You don't
dude.
like Link? Do you hate Zelda? Do you hate women?
Do you hate trans people?
What's happening?
Do you hate
no,
Bob
but yeah,
Nintendo
I don't hate.
and his
Mr.
Bob Nintendo is my
contributions?
uncle.
Wait, what?
Do you hate my uncle?
What's going on again?
Do you hate my family?
This is getting intense.
Do you hate children growing up to be engineers?
No. This is something that I want. I want children to be engineers forever and ever.
Forever and ever.
Oh my god, what
Wow.
about the artist
Wow.
words?
Stop.
Alright. Anyways. Moving on.
Yeah.
Best thing I promise I'm going to get back to, please believe me. I've done some things that I'm not proud. No. Anyways, my entry for this is Pizza Tower. I played one single stream of Pizza Tower, and I had a lot of fun, and then I never went back to it the rest of the year. I gotta do that. I think that's a big one. I think
Pizza Tower.
I should have beat it and probably had more to say about Pizza Tower this year because Pizza Tower is an incredible game.
Another one that I haven't played, but I've listened to the soundtrack a lot. It's got some fucking jams.
Yeah,
Just-
right? God. What an incredible piece of media. Might as well wait for the playable noise update. You're so right.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Best ongoing game, Pizza Tower. I know, right? Pizza Tower is this year. I'm gonna get back to it, and I hope I do, because Anton Blast is gonna be fucking coming any day now, and then I'll toss Pizza Tower into yesterday's garbage.
No.
I'm
Pepino.
I'm gonna be in Anton Blast. I gotta rep it.
Oh, well,
You can blast me. Please,
I'm
everyone
looking forward
blast
to it.
me in Anton Blast when that happens. I'm so
Just-
excited to be blastable. Yeah, I gotta make new emotes. I found one square GIF in my GIF library and turned it into a new emote because Twitch just started handing out animated emotes like candy.
Yeah, you can
Anyways.
also have-
Wordsy, I believe you also. I don't have a graphic for this. I'm sorry.
it's fine. I made one
But,
like 2 years ago. So yeah, no, there's a bunch of projects that I wanted to get back to. I spent a lot of time this year like making scripts for videos that should hopefully the beginning of next year. And I had an idea for like a show that I wanted to do with people that I never got back to finishing, and I should, because I still think it's a good idea. I just gotta, do it.
Do it.
Yeah, I want
Do
to
it
do the
to
couch again, and I think I want to do it after I put out these videos, just because I want to say I have done these and had them done, and then I want to try and organize that little sit down idea again, because I had a lot of fun doing the ones I did record, but I want to do more of them. That's it. Just want to get back to projects I didn't get to finish.
It's always good to get back to projects. I'm trying to get an image. 1 second.
Not
I have a
problem.
very stupid category. I have a brand new category, specifically for a single type of stream project that I do. And so you must all
Oh.
suffer through it. When I find this. Okay. Okay. Put this creature onto the screen. It is time for the second annual Thread Award for most pointless death. I have been doing a couple of Nuzlocke runs with my girlfriend Ellie. And we've just kind of been working through the gens. So we did a Gen 1 one a couple years ago, and we did a Pokemon Crystal Nuzlocke this year, and Thread embodies the pointless sacrifice of Nuzlocke. A creature who I believe was an Eevee turned into a Jolteon that died the most pointless death one could have. And so the legacy lives on. Hold on, I just want to snip that. There you go. The legacy lives on in our boy worldwide, the Suicune. We will honor his legacy. Died to a Snorlax that we didn't even catch.
That was devastating. I think I was there for that one.
Worldwide, your sacrifice would be honorable if it wasn't for nothing.
Ellie was furious.
Ellie was so fucking mad at me. Ironically, Thread the Third lived through both championship runs in that game. Thread the Third beat Red.
Good job, Thread.
Congrats, Thread.
But yes. Completely justifiable anger. Yeah, that Snorlax really snuck up on us.
A Snorlax snuck up on you.
Incredible.
You know, you don't really think about how strong a Snorlax is until he murders your legendary type.
It's true, but he sure didn't sneak up on you.
Look.
Just imagine a Snorlax doing a lariat.
Yeah, honestly.
I wonder if that's been animated anywhere.
Just lifts up one of those big old arms and like just pelts you into next month.
That might as well be what he did. I mean, he's famous for body slam, so like he's at least hitting you with the big boy splashes, I think. I was never sure if Pokemon's body slam move was supposed to be more like a body splash. I feel like that's how they sort of animate it, but I do like to picture them just doing a classic scoop slam onto the giant.
It is almost certainly intended to be a slam with the body, but
Paralyzes
Snorlax
fools.
doing a Michinoku driver would be.
Yeah. he really wants to sit back down, so he's gonna Michinoku driver you and then go to bed. All right. Let me get Thread off the screen and move on to our next category. Best Breath of the Wild sequel. I'm the only one who put it. I wrote the Inside Baseball. I wrote this category down in the Game of the Year things, like I think in March or something, and then put insert joke here. And thankfully, it landed right in my lap. So the best Breath of the Wild sequel is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. Yeah, fully anticipated.
It all works out.
That was Hyrule Warriors. Both of them are pretty neat games. I liked Age of Calamity a lot more. If only because I liked Breath of the Wild a lot, and I liked all of its specific characters. And the first Hyrule Warriors, its original characters are okay.
That evil sorceress sure beat evil sorceress.
Yeah. Shit, I need to. Yeah, maybe I should redo Sexiest Game. But but man, yeah. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity has a lot of a better ground where Wizrow is pretty cool. Never mind. You know what? I'm taking her bell back.
Yeah. The real Shadow Wizard money gang.
Oh man, that guy was pretty great.
To cast spells.
But yeah, having a fun little. I guess for the first thing that came to mind was having a Final Fantasy VII remake, but for Breath of the Wild, is kind of cool. Not much you can do with it, given the nature of it, but it was neat to be like, yeah, here's everyone in their own time, but also here's a glimpse of if all these people didn't die.
Because maybe it wouldn't be super satisfying if not only our entire player base already knew the end of the story, but also it was super sad and awful.
I'm not opposed to a
I'm-
foregone conclusion.
I'm not either, but I understand that I really don't think general audiences would want it.
Yeah, especially once you introduce time portals that show all the descendants get to meet their ancestors 100 years ago, and you get to, you know,
Side on.
yeah, you get to have someone who distinctly was alive for their sister dying to reunite and shit like that. Though that would make it extra sad if they had to still just go back to you must align fate. You must get the canon event.
Not only does he get to be with her before she dies again, but he gets to see her die himself
Again.
Brutal.
Yeah. with his own eyes. He's in that room. He
Him
can die
and the
with
baby
her.
get to be in the same room watching her die.
Yeah,
It could have been so juicy.
yeah,
but yeah.
more trauma.
It was it did lay down some fun I don't know. I don't know if you could say it laid down groundwork per se for Tears of the Kingdom outside of, well, we have young Purah now, so we can at least get that going. But it was neat. It was neat to get the glimpse into the past,
Mm-hmm.
the non-canon past, and the incredibly they were roommates vibes of Zelda and Impa.
I am still crying about them.
Also, Zelda got to ride a motorcycle, and she was really excited about it in that game.
Her death trap of a vehicle.
She demanded a funny bike that go vroom. And Pearl was like, okay.
And no, this thing needs safety features.
Absolutely not. Historians say they were very good friends. It was definitely not recorded on our cool Sheikah Nintendo Switch. I've lost my mind. But yeah, that's all I have to say for that. I'll never talk about a Breath of the Wild sequel ever again.
Sure. I'm sorry.
I don't have to sound so unconvinced.
No, I'm sorry. I believe you.
Will you call me a liar, B? Anyways.
Lies of.
Lies
No.
of-
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel like the Lies of P logo is like 2 real easy edits away from just being P drops.
Oh. I do need to play that game at some point.
It's pretty
I
good.
mean, yeah, your promotional banner writes itself, truly.
Oh, yeah.
The next category is best game I was very late to the party on. You know, the one specifically for all the games from a million years ago that we all tend to play. We got Lives. Wolfenstein, for me, it was Wolfenstein: The New Order. I finally got to play that this year. After 10,000 years of crosscode. The game's very long, as it turns out. But yeah, Wolfenstein: The New Order. What more can you say about this game, like 10 years later, than, damn, killing Nazis is pretty cool.
One might agree.
So, yeah, I did really like that one. I never got around to playing the Old Blood, or
It's sitting in the Steam library.
or the New Colossus. People weren't as hot on the New Colossus, but I mean, it is more Wolfenstein, so
I've
might be
heard
worth a go.
New Colossus is fine. What's the one with the kids? Is that New Blood? Old
I
Blood?
think that's new.
I think that one might be New Blood. Old Blood is the DLC to the New Order that
Oh, shit.
takes. That's a prequel, and it's like dealing with like occult shit.
You know, I might need to fire this game back up for a second pass, because I feel like I don't know if I have that DLC, but hey, whatever. It's more Wolfenstein is good. That game is really fucking hard sometimes, though. Like,
Yeah.
boy howdy, does it put you in a situation that and checkpoint you in a real nasty part right near the end of the game. But also, you get to go to the moon, so it can't be all bad. To fight
That sounds
moon Nazis.
Awesome.
Yeah, you get to fight Nazis on the moon.
I didn't realize the Nazis made it so far.
Yeah, it's kind of an alternate future thing. That's yeah. I guess anyone unfamiliar. Sorry for the spoilers, first and foremost, but also, it is very much a. What if the Nazis won? What if Blowjob Blazkowicz was in a coma for like 15 years, and for some reason his muscles didn't atrophy at all.
He stayed huge.
He sat there in a chair for 15 years, and nothing changed. His brain just fired back up.
Someone peeled this man.
A Nazi got too close to his comatose body, and his first instinct was to rip out his throat. So, like, you know, it's great. But yeah, so we get all these glimpses into the 1960s, but if the Nazis won, and there's German Beatles. It's the Beatles, but entirely in German. It's pretty funny.
Interesting.
And a bunch of assorted other little bits of pop culture and such. There's like Super Concrete. It sucks. The Nazis are idiots. That's the ongoing thing. Is that it's like there's a lot of cool technological things, but they all kind of are shit. Because they're manned by a bunch of racists.
Yeah, that tends to ruin most things, unfortunately. And by unfortunately, I mean I shouldn't. Nazis suck. What tangent am I going down?
Yeah, this game has one thesis point, and it's Nazis are shit at everything and suck and deserve to be murdered by Blowjob Blazkowicz. So, and it sticks to that to the bitter end.
Good job, Mr.
I'm so
BJ.
glad. Yeah, thank you, Mr. BJ.
Always saying this. Next up.
Why?
Well,
Moving
me.
on.
No. You sit right there and tell me why.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, do I have to refresh this source now? I might have to refresh this source.
speaking of Mr. BJ. Oh, wait, no, I skipped a few sections ahead. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, actually, keep it.
1 second. Yep. Add directory, because I updated an image in this thing, and I'll probably have to do this one more time. But where are you? Did I pass it?
Where are you? Who do you work for?
There it is.
Alright.
With the asterisk for certain values of best.
Like,
Kyo
alright,
presents.
so, I mean,
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect 3, I was certainly very late to the party. I played it for the first time all these years after it came out, it spurred on by the rest of the people here streaming, all the Mass Effects, and it made me think, you know what? Those first games did have something going, and maybe I owe it to that to see it through to the end. And Mass Effect 3 certainly is not a game without problems. And I wouldn't necessarily say that it stuck the landing, but it's got the Mass Effect world as a whole. It's got some charm, and like getting the another game of hanging out with Garrus and Tali wasn't all bad.
Yeah, I
Friends.
enjoyed the journey regardless on that one.
Sorry, I was just making sure I didn't have any more web Ps in this fucking folder. Yeah. No, it's we brought up the similarities to my complaints about Baldur's Gate 3 and Mass Effect 3. But Mass Effect 3 does it a lot worse. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, here, choose one of these outcomes that both rather suck. So I'm sorry, did you go through 3 games and wanted, maybe just have to win at the end? Not allowed.
It's astounding how much that game came out back in the day, selling itself on choices that matter and shit, like having this elaborate thing, and like the sequel kind of really was adding legitimacy. It's like, oh, they added all these differing story branches if you from your save file of the first game, so you could go through the trilogy with all kinds of experiences. But by the time it got to 3, the entirety of the fate of the universe is down to 3 distinct choices, and then you're just like, oh, everything I've done up to now just fills a meter.
Yep. It's a big
Kai Lang.
old bar.
And then there's Kai Lang.
You mean the coolest guy in the universe?
Oh
No.
boy. Speaking of DMPCs, that guy actually was.
Yeah.
When I said I wanted Asians in my game, it wasn't like this.
Never any Kai Langs.
No.
I hate his mask because, with the white parts and the shape, it looks like, your standard superhero Bruce Timm Domino mask. But because of where the white parts are on it, it's all fucked up. It makes him look bizarre.
He's a little weird, yeah.
It's a little fucked up.
And
Ugh.
plus a guy who's like, if you were going to care about him at all, you would have had to have read the comic books.
And even then.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And the novels, if I'm recalling correctly.
He should have just
Yes.
been Miranda.
Yeah,
believe-
that was our pet theory, I believe. Or theory,
Yeah.
I don't know.
When we were streaming it, I believe Fiona read out like a passage from one of the books that he was in about how he broke into Anderson's apartment, and then he was so in control of the situation that he had
Wow.
a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
And
What kind of cereal?
I don't remember. or
God, I need to
where.
know.
The point was that he was so cool and awesome that he could do all this spy shit and also still have a bowl of cereal, because this was his location now. It did no longer belong to Anderson or something.
Cereal was the way they wanted to flex that.
It was, yeah, that was his point of dominance, was he ate a bowl of fucking cereal.
Okay, so
Lucky
would you
Charms.
prefer that, or would you prefer like them just turning the edge up and like have him like fuck a girl in Anderson's apartment?
I think I
don't-
would honestly commit
yeah,
to it.
probably like make him not be a the big. Okay, hold up. Okay, my biggest problem with Kai Lang is for Mass Effect 3 we had TT playing, and the Reapers did a bunch of shit to the game, and like the introduction for Kai Lang is normally shitty because he just shows up randomly in a cutscene, and then it's really dumb. But then when you fight him in game, you kill him in a second.
Yeah.
The coolest, most awesome rival to Shepard, which isn't the rival to Shepard, because that happens later in the DLC.
That's a whole different can of worms. But it's at least funny.
But I would have preferred if the game decided that you as Commander Shepard, the most effective badass person in the entirety of the galaxy, like who can challenge you? It's not Kai Lang. It's definitely not Kai Lang.
It's definitely Kai Lang.
It's
the
definitely
coolest
not Kai
man in the
Lang.
universe.
Like if you just take that DLC's villain and you slap them where Kai Lang is, I would have liked it a million times more, because then it's all stupid, and
But it's fun.
But it's fun. But if it's just Kai Lang, it sucks, because the disconnect between he's the coolest, most awesome, greatest guy ever, and then when you touch him in game, it's all of his health is gone. Well,
Yeah, he's gone.
cool, awesome.
Conrad Ferner hyping himself on elusive man juice.
Kim juice.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, just that moment. Anyways, I'm gonna put Mass Effect 3 back on the shelf. Game that always makes us mad. Mass Effect 3. This is not that category. This is not the getting mad category. This is the best game we're late to the party on, and boy, were you late on this one, Wordsy.
I was. I'm late on a
they
bunch of
remastered
games.
it.
They did, and I played the remaster. So for Halloween this year, I played Dead Space with Fiona, and it was really fun. Actually, I really liked it. This is another game that made me sad when I didn't do well, but I didn't mind it as much. And the horrible, awful skin monsters were suitably terrifying. I somehow jump scared Fiona myself with the game jump scaring Fiona, which was interesting. It's Dead Space is a really good game, and I honestly like the remake quite a bit, and I should get back to it at some point, which I will. But I'm working on other stuff. Yeah, but Dead Space rules. That's all.
That's always been sort of a eventually kind of game. I don't know. I am very iffy with how I handle horror.
I don't handle it well, but hey, that's fine.
It's better at least when you're with other people and you can at least feel like you're sharing some sense of camaraderie with how badly you're handling it. But
I tried to play it alone before we streamed it, and I said nah, actually.
Man, I think Mother was this year. All the miscellaneous Mondays were this year. Shoutouts to my own programming for ending. Mother was a very silly game that really got me scared until it stopped getting me scared. Which is always a funny trade-off in horror. There was like another one that was like what, Tales of the Abyss or something.
That's an RPG.
No, yeah, that's a better game probably. What the hell is this game called? Abyss of Neptune, which is an underwater horror game.
Yeah.
That reaches a certain point where you just suddenly understand exactly what's going on very early on in the game, and the game can do nothing to scare you anymore. You still gotta navigate it and like overcome its challenges, but it's no longer scary. It just stops coming. Yeah, it's real bad for it actually. It's a shame. I think that's a case where I think it could have held on a little longer though, if it, it's got some glitches, it's got some bugs, and those didn't help. Because once your enemy type gets bugged and is still will kill you if you touch it, but you start to see exactly how it works because it's stuck in a doorway, you're gonna feel a lot less scared. Anyways. Speaking of emotions, the next category is the best unexpected emotional sucker punch, which I kept in as is, because emotions can mean many things. And I think we're going to bring a few to the table. But first, back to Mass Effect 3.
So, Mass Effect 3 was... I mean, it was nice to hang out with the characters again, but, like, the Citadel, like, party, it really worked for me. I did really like that. Just, like, I feel like the best parts, my favorite parts of Mass Effect have generally always just been the hanging out with characters on the ship or wherever, and just a big old chunk of that all at once. As you know, as you're wrapping up the game, you're getting close to just saying goodbye to the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
Yeah.
good to get the whole game together.
Citadel DLC is some of the best utilized things in that whole series. It's also just genuinely pretty funny.
I agree.
I appreciate a thing willing to make fun of its entire deal. At least, you know, for a side adventure.
Yeah.
But you know, so like you said, you're still reminded of all the dudes you've been hanging with and why you care a lot of the time. Get to get drunk with Joker.
It was, yeah. I imagine it was probably I like to think that the devs, you know, had fun saying goodbye with that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's extra funny if you're being evil and got most of our dudes killed.
Yeah,
Empty chairs at empty tables.
I should go back to some of the Vriska Shepherd vids and see how that shook out for her.
It was devastating.
Oh,
but
if you
very
thought
funny.
if you thought your choices at the end of Mass Effect 3 were bad, you should try intentionally playing evil and doing bad for the game's world, because then you start getting less choices. The game says no, you actually need to go reload your save from several hours ago because you need to fill this bar. Or you don't get the choice. The illusion of choice is no longer yours.
I'll go fill the bar.
Yeah. I shot the kid and closed the game. Like, I think that's
It's
just
so
how that was
funny.
the only suitable way to end the game was the bad end at that point, because we didn't have a choice either way.
Fair.
It was awesome.
It seems the most character anyway.
Yeah. The Adventures of Vriska Shepherd are not one to have a proper ending.
I think I was still
White girl
reeling.
dreads.
Ugh.
Corner.
I think I was still reeling from the Elcor that got transformed into a big monster in our playthrough. That really messed up my brain.
Let me see. I forgot to put a graphic for this one, so I'm going to amend this right now. It should be amended. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, for best of unexpected emotional sucker punch. Maybe should have expected it more. Goodbye World is a video game all four of us got to experience. As
Good lord.
I dug up the grave of 50 Shades of Grayscale one last time. We are washing pots.
Sorry, I wasn't quick enough on the mute.
It's funny because it makes your guy pop up and it just looks like he's releasing white noise from his maw. Yeah. Scaring off predators. Anyways, Goodbye World is a story about a pair of young game devs making retro style games and trying to get a foothold in the industry, and it is rough because it's like a fun little puzzle game that takes breaks between levels to show you a friendship crumbling and tearing apart.
Yeah. And then also how like it is kind of not worth the tearing apart.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like, it's basically being ripped apart over nothing, and you know, one person's life being extra ruined for it. But maybe not really. It might all be a dream. You know, in case
I
you,
was-
in case you're feeling real low at the end of that game, it's like they throw you a bone.
Look, it's they're reminiscing over a dodgeball.
Yeah, what could have been had we made these decisions? But yeah, it's a very effective game. It's like what, like $15 or something on Steam or whatever your thing of choice is.
Yeah.
I highly recommend playing it. I don't know. It took us like 4 hours. It is very
really
much one of
cool.
those micro entities, but it at least uses its it utilizes its like formatting in a fun way. And that's the kind of stuff I like in video game storytelling, is when it's like actually utilizing the framework of playing a video game to tell a story, which I feel a lot of narrative games, that kind of takes a back seat in many cases.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
A good example of that not happening. But yeah, otherwise, a lot of spoilers. But Goodbye World, very good game. Worth noting, made Wordsy cry.
It's true.
I cried a little. I won't throw you wholly under the bus. I cried a little.
Hello, I
Listen,
cried.
who doesn't cry?
That's-
I've never cried before.
That's a lie.
Prove it.
You cried about
You-
snakes this morning.
Don't have any art.
Oh, anyway. The next, I have a secondary entry for best unexpected emotional sucker punch, on a different definition of emotions. Baldur's Gate 3, Raphael's final act.
Wow,
Mm.
Never heard. I don't think in the history of video games have I heard a boss sing his own boss theme
It's pretty good.
like a Disney
It-
villain.
it hit me like a bucket falling from the door frame, and I've got to say, I think it's changed me forever, and I'm going to want this in other games now.
Honestly, they have created a new bar to me. So kudos to Larian. That was very silly. That boss is kind of annoying though.
It's a tough one, for sure.
I think I got through its most tough tricks like immediately, but boy, does that one. Oh God, you're right, King Fats. I'm so sorry, King Fat. I suppose the Great Mighty Pooh does predate, though he didn't sing it during his fight. I think this definitely the Great Mighty Pooh set the bar, and then this definitely elevated the bar.
Took it to 11.
Because as Raphael is canonically singing it, it's diegetic, and if you cast silence on him, the lyrics stop.
So
Mm.
why would you, honestly?
Because
I
he
just-
hurt me.
But yeah, that fight turned into a kind of a miserable slog at the end because everybody was out of shit they could do, including him. So I was just plinking away at one of the most absurd health bars in the whole game. Uh,
I'm grateful. I think we went pretty we pulled all the stops on that one right out of the gate. So thankfully it wasn't as much of a dreadful experience as I've heard other people have had in our case. Just had fun. I also did convince one person to
I was
join our
so-
side. He was
so
very
sad.
unhelpful, but
He was bad.
he's
I
he
was
does
so sad I
nothing,
couldn't.
but he's got a big health pool, and he's just another person to hit. So I guess sure.
I would have really enjoyed having another person to hit in that fight, and also a guy to not be constantly turning invisible and fucking with me.
And getting hit. He can be helpful. You can make use of his stupid bullshit, but you have to
I mean,
play
I couldn't
around him.
control him. He did whatever he wanted, which was
Yeah.
nothing. I think we just weren't set up in a way where the AI managed to do anything helpful for us. He would basically just be invisible, turn visible, and go invisible again.
Yeah,
He was incredibly ineffective.
you have to play around him, which sucks. But
I will not stand in the corner.
it, yeah, that fight was me going, okay, hello, powerful people around me, just go deal with things, and I'm going to just stand in front of Raphael and just kind of lick his legs for a while he goes, stop, and that was the entire encounter. It was just me standing in front of a spellcaster going and him, he was
Give me them toes.
It was really funny. I can't wait to do that with Timony because I'm going to turn him into something else. That fight's cool.
Are you going to try to polymorph Raphael?
Oh yeah.
That's, I guess that's how you don't kill him.
Mhm.
I don't know any other way. Anyways, I do love a good villain song.
Yeah, it's great. Minor key.
Yeah. Raphael's a great villain also. Just shout outs to
What a
Raphael
guy.
for being a delightful fruit.
I
Please,
still got. I still need to go kick his ass, but it's on the list.
I'm begging you to have a long conversation with the person sitting in his bed.
Oh, I had a real long one.
Well,
yeah,
it would be careful on that one.
Oh, I had a real long one.
you gotta be pretty careful.
I live with my consequences.
That's fair.
Everybody dislikes that.
Oh yeah, nobody approved. I made a lot of bad romantic and otherwise choices in Baldur's Gate 3, but I think my ending was pretty funny, all things considered, knowing that. But enough about that. On to next emotional sucker punch, which is Wordsy's submitted Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush is it's emotional for a bunch of reasons. We all play a lot of video games, right? And we all find
Never heard
things
of
that we like and dislike about video games. We have characters we like. We have mechanics that can frustrate us. And Hi-Fi Rush has all of those things. But Hi-Fi Rush did something that Wonderful 101 did for me, which was I care so much about the power of friendship because of this game. It's not just charming, it's not just fun and funny. It is like it is watching friends in a way that is remarkably touching. I don't like I pride myself on like understanding how game sausage gets made, which is how I get good at them. I don't care how Hi-Fi Rush works. I was sucked into the world of Hi-Fi Rush so much that when I got to the final section of Hi-Fi Rush, I legitimately was like, I was trying to like keep a conversation going with people I was playing the game with, but in my brain I was like, no. I think I said it when I finished streaming it, when I played it alone, but if you haven't played Hi-Fi Rush, you owe it to yourself to play some Hi-Fi Rush. It is one of the most cool games I've played in a long time.
It's definitely on the list for sure.
Put it at the top.
I might just.
Yeah, that game slaps and it makes me feel very good, and I think the main character is the best.
Ooh, I checked the top of my list and it's a little bit of a stiff competition up there.
I understand.
Listen, Hi-Fi Rush is in my top 20 on the wish list.
I understand. Hey,
I'm gonna put it at 19.
Everybody give it a try. It's so worth it. You will love them. Macaron. There's a big man, and I want him to be my best friend.
Oh,
He's so nice, and he's so large. He is the size of 14.
I think you're speaking a lot of people's language here all of a sudden.
he's so good. He's 14 Buicks, and he goes, "Oh boy," and then he punches a wall.
Love that.
Oh man, I love him. All right, I don't want to get into Hi-Fi Rush because I want people to just play it.
That's fair. Well, that was a lovely sentiment. It's time to move to our next category. Sexiest game. Oh, if it wouldn't get my shit muted immediately. Let's get it on. Where the hell does this thing go? Alright, Pio's entry for sexiest game.
Potionomics again, for basically the same reasons as Best Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, honestly.
It's, look, there's some, there's somebody for everybody, I'm pretty sure. If you've got a button, one of these things is gonna push it. And
God, yeah,
maybe more than one. Maybe you'll have spoiled for choice.
And then the polyamory mod will be your greatest desire.
Yeah.
You think anybody's have you checked? Has anybody fashioned that for Potionomics?
I don't know if anybody's done anything like that.
It just feels like one of the biggest go-tos for games with romance options these days. But I suppose it's kind of a balancing issue to a certain degree. I think. I don't know. I don't know exactly how the romance affects it.
I only see a handful of mods. No luck.
Okay. Yeah. I understand a few things about Potionomics, and I understood why it was on this list.
Yeah.
It's got some stuff.
I like walruses and depressed witches.
Yeah. Now you're talking. Where the fuck is it? There we go. My entry for sexiest game is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I think from a lot of angles, actually, but namely, goddamn, am I embarrassingly attracted to like every girl in that video game? Like, whoo, every single one, just one after the other, is just like, oh. I'm doing the fluh emoji, the extra wide fisheye lens flushed emoji, just like, ugh. They're all just really cute, or hot, or neat. Like they have great designs. I mean, I guess I can't speak for the rest. Like I don't think the fellas are quite my taste of fellas, but I think they're all pretty good. One's a big robot. I know a lot of people really like, the hell is his name? That crash test dummy guy.
Oh, yeah. The guy with the wings and stuff.
I'm so sorry to, like, the 5 people who were like, I love that guy. In my chat, I'm so sorry I forgot his name. They can yell at me, within seconds. But, like, Solace is... I imagine there's a big market for Solace. Who is a freak. Solace, undeniably, like, yeah, even the greatest Solace supporters are all in on this. That boy's got something wrong with him.
Love to hear it.
A few things, probably.
I'm going to the internet.
Yeah, please look this guy up. Like, I'm not lying that he's just a
Aw.
crash test dummy with angel wings. Like,
What a vibe.
um,
I like
what was
this
his
guy.
deal? I know he had a deal where he, like, he's claustrophobic, but he's also a masochist. So he just locks himself in tight rooms.
Oh,
Hmm.
Yeah. If you want a little, if you want just a brief frame reference for what Solace's deal is. Yeah, it's easy to forget when playing Bomber Cyberpunk. It's like, yes, I know a Jet Set Radio and such. And I'm like subconsciously expecting it to follow the same like censorship practices of a Sega game or a Nintendo. And then I remember this was independently made, and they just started going like, "Oh shit!" And I'm just like, "Wait, what?" And cutting people's heads off and stuff. It's like, "Oh, all right, yeah, right." I remembered I'm playing a game made by adults for adults in the year of our Lord 2023. Bomber Cyberpunk is also just a really great game. I need to finish it. I'm basically one more gaming session away, probably tomorrow. But I am pretty confident that this will firmly remain on the places I put it.
Hmm.
And also, yeah, it's incredibly sexy.
That's another one for the list. I've
Yeah,
never played a Jet Set Radio.
You should play Jet Set Radio. That's my diagnosis here.
It's pretty great.
I do have that one on Steam. I just have not done it.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. Anyways, Wordsy has brought Baldur's Gate 3 to the table.
You can have sex.
You sure can.
it's so true.
It's so true, Bessie. Remember when video games having sex was like a government issue?
Yeah. I remember when people said, "What is hot coffee? Find out more at 11." And I was like, I think I was in my room and I went, "This is the dumbest thing that's been on the news ever."
It's insane to think that I lived through a moment where sex in a video game was a thing of national controversy. And then we all realized that this is not your dad's Pac-Man anymore. I think the stigma against video games being for children is not fully gone, but I think it's gone enough for people to acknowledge that, oh right, there are video games made for adults like there are fucking movies made for adults. And yeah, eventually that's gonna have sex in them. Boy, you can have sex. You know what? I have a take though.
What'd I take?
My take of Baldur's Gate 3. I don't really find the base game stuff all that sexy. I think people have made really, really sexy depictions of these characters.
Agreed.
I don't think the game itself is very titillating, which is really ironic, given how people literally get naked in that game for sexy times.
I don't have like a lot of arguments, but I will say the words Karlach, and then and then I will.
People have
end
done
my-
Karlach so much better, though.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm saying it at least for me,
No, I got you.
it's fine.
And she's probably the best example for it in a
Yeah.
positive end in that game.
Hey,
Like,
I like Lae'zel, too, so
I love.
whatever.
I'm a Shadowheart liker. I love and adore Shadowheart. I think people, you know, I don't think her 3D model in the game is that interesting. I feel
Jeez.
bad for saying that. She's not bad. Nothing in that game is like bad looking. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready
I
for
feel-
the source filmmaker sex scenes of video games.
They'll
I'm-
improve.
I like how kind of normal ish a lot of them are. Honestly, it's
Except they all have
refreshing in a
six-packs.
way. Yeah, there is that. But I know how. Well, I
Allison needs
respect
to
that
be
it is a
fat.
pain in the ass to put. I know about moving animations between different skills. It's hard shit.
Yeah, they.
So you're-
I have sympathy for the fact that there are only 2 body types per gender, I guess, in that game, but it is a little sad when you think about it sometimes.
Okay.
Hmm.
There's no fat people in this whole universe.
I truly believe that they would have added more body diversity if it were feasible for their schedule and their
Yeah.
budget.
That's the thing. It's like, I fully understand that these guys are on a whole different list of priorities with this shit. I think Illithid's having abs is the funniest, though. 2 body types for gender is at least 1 more than Dragon Age has. Dang. That's fair. Anyways. I feel like I took every opportunity to have sexy times in Baldur's Gate 3, with all that said, which ruined my relationships.
I'm so sorry.
That's fair, though.
I'm not. You
I
did
under-
that to yourself.
No, I understand. Like, I'm glad you punished me for this. I've been too spoiled by that time I played Persona 4 and had 3 girlfriends, and the game said nothing about it.
Yeah.
They fixed that in
I-
Golden, though.
Oh.
I've never played Persona, but I thought Persona has like some sort of Valentine's Day massacre that like
That's it.
You-
Persona 5 has a much bigger one.
okay.
Persona 5, but yeah, a base game Persona 4 did not have any visible consequences to having 3 girlfriends.
Jesus.
Well, it's not true to like the OC that I based my Baldur's Gate 3 character on. I've been fairly staid in terms of sexiness in that game, but I need to steel myself to cut loose on the second playthrough. Slut era.
Yeah, just slut it up. I will
Any
say,
character can slut it up if you're
yeah,
brave enough. Looks at my character.
no matter the consequences.
I mean, he's just a middle-aged man.
But boy, is
Deserves
he
it more than
gonna?
anybody.
But boy, is he gonna kiss that fucking Illithid?
Oh
No
yeah.
matter what, no
Wow.
matter what happened.
It was a fun cutscene.
I bet. Yeah, I unfortunately went to that moment and with like 3 different characters who were all very happy to stomp that thing's brain in. I simply don't have stupid enough characters. I don't got people who are ready for the slut era.
Oh, my character was so ready and stupid. Mostly stupid.
Anyways, I guess moving on to games. The sexy area is gone. I'm sorry. Games that lived up to the hype after years of waiting. Oh god, what have I done?
Uh-oh.
No, we're fine.
Lights come back on. One of us is dead. The stream is a murder mystery.
It's cool.
Oh,
Nobody on
no.
stream actually saw that, but
Oh,
it's okay. Anyways, I have an entry for this, and it's Street Fighter 6. I would like to preface this with, I don't really, up to this point, I've never really given that much of a shit about Street Fighter. It has always been a thing I have briefly tapped into and been like, yeah, I get this a little. I like Tekken better. And,
Right.
and I've just kind of left it at that, but man, I followed Street Fighter 6's development, like, as soon as they were starting to put things out. Something about it, and I think that something is they let you make a custom person, but something else about it just seems like really cool. and like finally like appealing to me. Even beyond them saying, "Hey, you, do you want to make Grace Thorson in Street Fighter?" And I said, "Yes." And yeah, so I actually got to follow this game's development since its announcement and be excited for it coming out, and it delivered. I think generally. I think there's definitely some things that it fumbled a little, sort of, but that's me playing games on my PC that is growing obsolete with every week. I think a little more than the game itself, though, you know, something to be said about optimism. Or optimization. But my optimism was still well placed because I think outside of my small gripes, the core of that game runs like fucking butter. It is tightly made. It is maybe a little too well made in certain areas, maybe a little too efficient. I've had to turn on settings that make things less streamlined so I don't keep playing the game for too long, which is an interesting experience. But Street Fighter 6 finally made me give a shit about playing a Street Fighter. I'm still not good at it, but I'm better. So I can say that much. I think its systems are really cool.
Yeah, kind of ditto. It's my first Street Fighter, and the World Tour definitely kind of the notion that, hey, there is a lot of stuff you can do before getting your ass kicked forever by other people. Brought me in.
Helps a whole lot.
I hope this is like will be a growing tradition of more and more things with fighting games having big single player modes, because I think it's a lot of fun. At least, you know, in a goofy little way. I know it's not like the core of the experience and what you want to optimize for, but it's nice to be able to run around a place and do computer fights for a silly storyline.
Yeah.
I think Soul Calibur had some modes that were kind of like weird little board game visual novel things. I did like
Calibur 2 did that, yeah.
Yeah, 2 had some of that. I think 6 has some of that as well.
I think I own that one, so I give it a shot at some point. Another one that has character creation that might.
Yeah, right.
Is probably what got me to buy it.
More games should let me make my OCs. I think no matter what your game is, it should let me make my OC. This is my opinion. The Soul Calibur 3 had a Yu-Gi-Oh! Falsebound Kingdom-like mode. Yeah, see? Everything... Soul Calibur 2's arcade cabinet technically has a story mode. You can enter a password to save your progress.
Man, I want to play Soul Calibur 2 again.
It's a pretty good game. Anyways, we have another entry on this list. It's something we briefly discussed, but let's bring it up one more time. The Dead Space remake. That's where 2020 Game of the Year, Soul Calibur 2, baby. They did it again.
Unbelievable.
Hey, it's easy to understand. I never played Dead Space. I played Dead Space. It was good. I don't have
No
new
faults?
thoughts on this. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's just cool.
Well, you gotta figure out something because I gotta make the next category.
Okay. How do I put this? So like there was a chunk of time where I just didn't play a lot of video games, which I've rectified in like the past year or two. But Dead Space is one of those games that like came out and everybody had a huge reaction to, and I was just kind of left going, well, that seems fun, but I don't have the equipment to play it, nor the money to buy it to play it. So, you know, it's one of those games I wanted to get to play when I was younger, but never got the chance to. And hopefully, this year, next year, will allow me to do more of these. 'Cause I want to play more things I have never touched before.
That's always nice. It's nice to dig through the catalog, the backlog, if you will. To slog through it, if you will. Anyway, I've prepared the next category. Time-honored tradition. The best game that's never coming out. Let me just get the proper image here. There we go. My entry for best game that's never coming out. Once again, 2-time winner, Metroid Prime 4. We're never fucking getting Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch. Maybe on the Switch too. Prove me wrong, Nintendo. I dare you.
That'd be pretty cool.
Bob Nintendo, my precious uncle, please listen to her.
You're not gonna turn me down, Bob Nintendo, are you? Come on, man.
Come on.
Uncle Bob, it's your nephew. Please.
I'm begging of you. Metroid Prime 4. At least, can you please put the rest of the Metroid Prime trilogy remastered? That first one was really good. I just want to play more of those.
Please, uncle.
You gave me Metroid 5, and that was really cool, except I was mad about that. I can't deny that game is the genesis of me being a cool and awesome thing that I'm mad at. But you know, I just want more Metroid. I'm greedy. I'm a Metroid and Splatoon fan, someone who has already been fed. But I demand more.
Your plate is full.
The rebel yell.
Yeah. More. Anyways, not moving on. P.O., you also have an entry for this.
So, Satisfactory 1.0. New feature development got really hung up with. They spent like half of the past year upgrading to Unreal Engine 5, which, good, important, but I want the real game. I want the game with the plot. I love that game and I want to play more of it, but I don't want to completely burn myself out on it before the actual game comes out. Come on, Coffee Stain. But I believe in you. I believe it will come out. I believe it will happen. But
for now, you're not.
Yep.
Ordsy, you have an entry. What is the best game that's never coming out?
The best game that's never coming out is a little game called Silksaw. I'm joking.
Shit.
That game's coming out at some point. But really, the game that I want to talk about is Starstruck Hands of Time, which is a really weird little game that I found a little while back. I streamed it, and I've been waiting. It like Slay the Princess. I found it before I think most people had heard about it, and then I was excited for it to come out. This one, I've been more excited to come out than anything else. It looks very cool. It has a very unique art style. It's just fascinating, and I can play it with my Guitar Hero controllers.
What?
So, yeah.
What? Hold on. I'm looking this up now.
Yeah.
No, wait just a minute. This is dangerous.
Hmm. I cannot wait for this game to come out. So hey, you will see me playing it when I get the chance to. Fun fact, one of the musicians for Starstruck The Hands of Time made the current theme song for Tales of Harbor Season 2. Yeah. Because I was in contact with the dev and the musician. So I just reached out and said, hey, you want to help me with this?
Tales of Harbor 2, everybody.
Mhm.
Game that's never coming. Oh god. Sorry, a video started auto-playing in my ears. I'm glad it's not. I'm glad that audio is not hearable because that scared me.
Yeah, Star Trek Hands of Time is a very good game. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to play through a very strange time
All right.
when it comes out. Please come out.
Okay. B drops. I believe you had an entry for best game that's never coming out.
Well, it would be great if we could get another Professor Layton game. Wait
Wait a minute.
a minute.
Do I have
Wait
a
a
gift for
minute.
you, friend?
I'm terribly excited. Not a thing I thought would happen after level 5 was going through all those financial troubles for the past few years. So,
Professor Layton in the world of Steam, baby.
yeah, the new world of Steam, currently
world.
estimated to come out next year sometime. No specific date given other than the year, but that's more than I could ask for anyway.
Congratulations, dude.
Oh,
Yeah. It
yeah,
was very funny to be there for that announcement.
there was literally no warning whatsoever. I was astounded, flabbergasted.
Yeah, this transitions into the new category, best feature thing that I'm very excited about. Yeehaw! Because I figured we should counteract the griping with positivity.
I was just positive the whole time, but fair.
Listen, I know you took the premise and you ran with it, but I'm here to just unironically not talk shit anymore.
Hmm.
What are we excited? I'm excited for something. 1 second. This should come as no surprise to anybody. The things, yeah. I'm frothing. I'm frothing for Side Order. I'm legitimately salivating every time I think about it.
You're telling me there's Sploon coming out? And
There's Sploon coming out
and Shakes is excited.
in probably April.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this. This is awesome. It's like, man, that Splatoon DLC always finds a good way to just be the last thing you ever expected, and just rock your shit. And I'm so excited. Kyoko Taka. You know, I'll let that one slide, but don't curse me like this while I'm... Do not. do not utter this name. But yeah, it's very exciting. Like, one of the most unique things they've done with the whole series. So, like, and I for one care about characters in Splatoon. So I'm very excited to see Agent 8 again, I assume.
Probably.
I don't know.
can't
I
wait
know
to
they've
play
pulled
Side Order.
some hey, this isn't the same thing, because they did the whole thing with Agent 3, but like, I don't know, all the reports just say this is Agent 8, so I am just going to keep running under that assumption.
Fingers crossed. Well, at least get more dead fish.
Yeah, right? Get that, why am I forgetting their name?
Yeah, I'll admit I forgot to. I'm so sorry.
What is their name? The second first non-binary character. Oct.
Ah,
Oct. Or Oct? Whatever.
I was an on
ACHT.
agreement. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I just doubted myself suddenly.
points and gun at Nintendo.
Atched.
Ah,
I don't think it's got actual hard noises, because they write it out phonetically in Japanese, and it's ahato.
Achoo.
Oct.
Oct.
Oct. I don't know.
What's happening?
A
What's the word
solid
you're saying?
minute of noises.
It's me coughing up a hairball. Anyways, yeah, they gave Deadfish a name. We're getting the second time a a Splatoon band person has become a real character, which is fucked up and crazy. It took them 3 games to turn splat bands into real people.
Please do more of it, I'm begging you.
Yeah, genuinely. I
Where's
wanna meet,
Taka?
Yeah, I wanna meet the little. Is Taka the little? Who's the little guy from? I can't. I am so bad at remembering names.
From Sashimori?
Yeah, is that Taka?
No.
No, which one was?
What was his? What his localization name was just like such a person's name.
It truly is. It is Paul.
Oh God.
I want to meet Paul. Little fucking 10-year-old now, I think. Or no, he'd be 12.
He might be
now.
a few years old now. And by the
No.
time
Oh,
they
no, he'd be
actually put him in the
15 now.
games, he might actually fully be. Yeah, if he's 15 now, he can actually be an Octoling
He's just
kid.
a normal Octoling now. He's just a person walking around in the game. He could be that
He'll-
guy over there.
He'll always be a little
He's
creature
a
to
kid
me.
now. He's a squid now.
Oh my goodness.
This is true. Anyways, yeah, I want to see grown up Paul. I think he's
Yeah.
and his remixed human records.
Oh. I wanted to see Taka from High Tide era for no reason. I just think he's neat, and we haven't heard anything about him since
Oh
the
yeah,
first
High
day.
Tide. Yes. Yeah, that band sort of disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a sense, Ink Theory is their legacy, but and I guess now Yoko is carrying that on into 3 as well, but
It's true.
whatever. Splatoon band lore, ruin your brain with it.
It's they wrote a lot of material for these bands. Actually, it's kind
You'll
of
be really well
fascinating.
fed, but dinner is late. Dinner will always be late.
It will always be a little cold.
When more
yeah.
Splatoon comes out, I will have more resources with which to steal sound files from.
Mm.
High Tide Era is interesting also because it's like one of those few bands from the early games that none of them were Inklings.
Yeah,
They're all just weird fish dudes.
I love it.
There's a stonefish, a double-lined fusilier, and a herring.
And a herring, yeah.
I like the wiki of this. One male, 2 unknown. We do not know the gender of these beasts.
Unconfirmed. Maybe there are more NBs, or maybe they're simply mysteries forever.
That was the thing with Oct, is that they're really. It feels like they're trying to lean into actual non-binary identification, both in Japanese and English, or
I
at
think
least
it would work well.
gender non-conforming. Which is, I'll take that step.
Here, here.
Anyways, this has been my corner to talk too much about Splatoon, despite it not being out.
Splatoon 3's out.
Oh my god. I could
Oh.
be playing Splatoon 3 right now. Shit,
Right now.
see ya.
What are you doing?
I don't have a graphic of this because Wordsy put it at the last minute, but I agree with him. Jet Set Radio 3.
Hey,
2.
they're gonna. Hey, anybody who answered that survey about from Sega that were like, "Are you interested in our old games?" and said yes, thank you, you've done your duty. You've told those old people that I want to play more of this. Gracias.
I love Crazy Taxi.
Oh, it's only like alpha footage that they have, but
Yeah,
it's
it's-
so promising. I know Bomb Rush Cyberpunk came out this year, and I'm the Team Reptile. Thank you so much for making a game that is very good. I cannot tell you how quickly I'm going to buy this game and then be screaming lyrics at people I know. It's
Going out there in traffic, yelling "understand" at cars.
you gotta understand.
Or whatever crazy word they let us yell.
Yeah. I'm desperately hoping for this to come out sooner rather than later, but doesn't matter, take your time. I'm just so excited.
You've all waited so long. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I agree. I can't deny the allure of a new proper Jet Set Radio. But I suppose I will be devil's advocate in that I say, we'll see. You know? I've seen a lot of modern sequels in my day. We'll see.
There's room to be unfortunate about this, but I have faith it will let me do cool skating and then let me do tricks in spray paint, and they just don't push the needle too far.
My only complaint is that it's probably just going to be Jet Set Radio Future 2 and not Jet Set Radio 3. That's my immediate hot take. But I know I'm the minority of so many people who enjoy Jet Set Radio.
I don't know if it'll be Future 2.
It looks like it plays like Future, but once again, too early to tell. Whee!
It will be.
Hey, speaking of last minute things, somebody PO added game I played just under the wire in order to have one more thing to talk about. The Columbo Award. That is one more thing.
I
It's
felt
okay,
bad
I got
that
images.
I played literally let's see. I wrote it down. Like it's a bit more than like I kind of relied on the Steam year in review in order to fill things out. But that I did. Yeah, at the time I kind of forgot that I did also play half of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake.
Which one? 1 or 2?
Just one so far, but
Okay.
we'll get back to that one at some point. Look, I didn't want to have to like. I needed some buffer, so I didn't wind up talking about Garfield Furious Racing.
Why not? The final miscellaneous Monday? It should get honored.
But that game is. It's not.
What are you
It's not a
saying?
good game.
What are what are you trying to say?
But anyway, so I looked at my library on Steam, and I threw a dart, and I was like, all right, I need something that I can develop an impression on in one evening. So I picked Wargroove because it looked like. So it looked kind of like a Fire Emblem, but it's actually an Advance War, Fantasy Advance War.
Ooh, okay.
Let's see. One of the commanders is a dog,
Okay.
like
I'm sold.
like an adorable, a big adorable dog.
I do see
who
him in that
combat-
image.
Yeah. The dog does not fight himself, despite the fact that there are dogs that fight.
Huh.
The dog has 2 crossbow-wielding assistants who
Okay.
leap into the fray on the dog's behalf.
Smart dog.
Thank you, assistants. Appreciate that.
The dog is very good. The
What's
dog
the dog doing?
the dog inspires people to take 2 turns in a row by being adorable.
Yeah.
And
Dogs
the
can
story,
do this in real life.
yeah. But some of the unit designs are pretty cool. Pixel art's pretty neat, especially for like the little sprites. Some of like the talk sprites are a little over rendered, and when they're doing extreme emotions, it kind of gets that effect you get in cartoons where somebody's just super rendered all of a sudden. But
like that Otacon screaming in the camera a bit. Like
yeah, kind of. It's a little jarring sometimes to see these anime people suddenly become just kind of tipping into the edge of that uncanny valley by being too lifelike. I only played a little bit of the story. It's, it wasn't like breaking crazy ground right off the bat, but it seems neat. I think I'll keep going with it. I played a lot of Advance Wars back in the day, and this is kind of getting that it's a part of my brain that hasn't been activated in a long time. It's still there. It's, trying to figure out maneuver, what order you move your dudes in, and they keep keep dribbling in like new unit types. It's gonna get pretty complicated by the end of the game. So, but just as long as they don't do the one thing that I really hated in Advance Wars, where they had a like an actual real time limit in a turn-based game.
Ugh.
That was a pain in the ass. I didn't care for that level.
That seems rough.
Yeah, that seems bogus.
Anyway, Wargroove, game that I picked on a whim, and I think I will probably play more of it. Though I need to force myself to finish Baldur's Gate 3 and not let that go undone.
Yeah. Next, we're just getting right in. We're just getting right through it. Where is this game? It's my turn to be like, hey, don't get too specific. Wordsy.
I won't.
What do you got to say about Alan Wake 2?
I played it for 6 minutes, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't get too specific. But Alan Wake 2 came out this year, and I know a lot of people who tell me about the Alan Wake, like the Remedyverse stuff. And it all seemed very fascinating to me. So I started playing Alan Wake again, which I beat, which is really fun. But Alan Wake 2 in the 6 minutes I've played is like so much more going on. So I've kind of resolved myself to go back and play all of those games to like understand what's happening in Alan Wake 2. And it's fun. I'm excited to get back to playing more Alan Wake 2, but I have to beat Control, Quantum Break, and Max Payne 2 first.
Yeah, I'm right there with your mentality, even though I've been assured multiple times that is not necessary, but also I own all those games.
Yeah, I really liked Alan Wake. It's gameplay wise, it's not perfect, but I really liked it. And I hear basically Control sounds like a good time, and I want to play that at some point, and then perhaps Alan Wake 2.
It's cool. You can also join me in my foolhardy effort to play all the Silver Case connecting thread games.
I'm also going to be doing that.
You motherfucker.
What?
I'm racing you to concepts at this
Pretty
at this
much.
stage.
We have very similar brains.
I will have to take yours. Where was I? Oh yeah. One more thing. I'm mostly just including this because it's the most true. Though the last Under the Wire is maybe not the most accurate definition of it, but it does sort of describe why I played it, and that is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I spent the last month and a half streaming almost every day because for some reason I was preoccupied with the notion of playing this but also streaming it, and it was fun. I enjoyed it.
I didn't understand.
And it was probably a more healthy way to play it, all told. Healthily proportioned.
Binging it non-stop for hours.
Than just doing it how I did with Breath of the Wild and playing it and then noticing the sun was up. But, whatever. Anyways, I suppose if nothing else, it also just... it's able to bring me to our final category, which is not really a category per se. It is just the roundup. It is time for this thing I need to expand. There we go. It's time for Game of the Year. Or at least our top 5s. This is the part where we summarize the 5 or less games we played this year. You know, like all told, it's been hard to narrow it down because there was certain aspects of stuff I wanted to talk about in this stream, but not all of them are like things I really otherwise cared about. I don't know. It was like, yeah, I wanted to talk about this, and this, but nailing down the 5 games I played this year that I actually give a shit about feels a little tough. It feels a little mainstream this year. I guess it has been a lot times. Zelda, I'm putting Zelda at the top just because, goddamn, I remembered I really like Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom is that game but better. I did miss remote bombs though. A lot. I missed being able to just kill Stalfos for free. Stalfos? Stalfos for free. Stoblins. I just wanted to kill skeletons without wasting weapons. But the game really wants you to make and get a bunch of new weapons. So it goes. Anyways, this game fucking owns. That said, coolest thing I'm mad about also gets a slight honorary award to a plot development in this game that I won't name specifics of because some people haven't finished it. But yowza. I'm just kind of annoyed. It just annoyed me. A weird little asterisk in storytelling, but it's like that's just me getting a little invested in a character that never really mattered. But that sucks to think about. Otherwise, I'm just gonna shuffle through this shit live. Here's my big list of secondary is Baldur's Gate 3. Despite all the things I complained about this game, it's still, I didn't stream this game, and it took over my life for a month. I think I missed a lot of movie days because of Baldur's Gate 3. There was definitely a lot of that. It's a game I really, really enjoyed, though, and I'm excited to wait. I'm excited to not play it for a while, and see what gets added / fixed. Because if enough stuff if this game's Ship of Theseus gets enough patches, it'll be like playing it for the first time all over again. That'll be fun. And I maybe even want to try it with multiplayer, because that always was an intriguing feature that I didn't utilize whatsoever. Love to get something
such
going.
a commitment.
A little.
Hey,
I guess it's supposed to be made to drop in and out of, but like, I want to go front to back with the people, like a campaign.
Yeah, my hope is, I mean, this is probably kind of a vain, stupid hope, but if they get any kind of like user-created content system or just something that enables like short but complete little campaigns, something that you can do in a like less than 12 hours, that would just be great for multiplayer.
I can't wait to play this. If they add DM mode to Baldur's Gate 3,
yeah, I have
That'd
no
be so
idea
funny.
if it's remotely feasible, and I don't want to. I don't want to, hype myself up for something that doesn't exist, because boy, you know what game didn't make it onto this discussion at all? AEW Fight Forever.
Yeah, I was really looking for a reason to put AEW Fight Forever on there, but yeah, that was unfortunate. I just need to get back to playing it. I did kind of just not put my time into it yet.
I mean, it's like the game, wrestling in the matches is fun, but if you're not like just doing a bunch of multiplayer, then it's just not much game there. And yeah, just like I love character creators, and boy, that one stinks a big one.
A little bit. Anyways, Bomber Cyberpunk is next on my Game of the Year list. Number 3, Haven't finished it yet. Was a little hesitant to put it on because I haven't, but honestly, I have high hopes that it won't suddenly shit the bed in the last 4 hours of me playing it. I'm pretty sure it'll be good. It's Jet Set Radio 3. The first one.
It's Jet Set Radio 3, Part 1.
Yeah. Looking forward to Jet Set Radio 3 Part 2.
Huh. I wonder if Team Reptile could hop on that. No, never mind.
It would be cool.
That would be really neat.
Yeah. That's Baldur's Gate 3. Number 4 on the list is Street Fighter 6. Like I said before, first Street Fighter game to grab me whatsoever. You know what? That's not true. I played Street Fighter 3 quite a bit, but the first one in multiple decades to make me give a shit again. And that's saying something. Also, yeah, I like Luke too. He's a nice boy. But also,
Yeah,
I like all the beautiful women. There's something for everyone in Street Fighter 3, and sometimes that's Zangief reading a book.
And now his outfit 3.
He works out at the library.
He works out at the library, and yeah, it's going to be his outfit 3, and honestly, might get back into Street Fighter 6 if only to play as Zangief in a snappy vest.
Everybody who plays Zangief is eating as if food just got invented.
It's true. Yeah, also shout out to, as in chat, shout out to Alex Lee for making people love Luke, because that man is responsible for like every shred of character that character has.
He's the reason that he's part of the reason this game is as popular as it is.
Absolutely.
Meme Lord Apocalypse, Alex Lee said, nah.
That man has been doing the most insane public relations for free. Like, I don't know if they should start paying him, because he has been advertising their game for him some of the most effective ways possible.
They did pay him in the form of his voice acting role.
Well, they should pay him for marketing now. Jesus. He's
fair.
doing another job now.
Alex Lee.
Finally.
It's if Luke gets popular enough to get in Street Fighter 7, securing the future.
Well, they said he's like the new face of Street Fighter, so like Luke is going to be our Ryu moving forward. I think Ryu will always exist, but Luke is going to be the new guy that they.
Yeah, that's the thing with Street Fighter. It's hard to not have Street Fighter without a Chun-Li and a Ryu and a Ken, and like people will rebel a little if you don't.
It's true. They tried to do that with Soul Calibur 5, and people did rebel. They hated it because we don't want to play as the combat kids. We want to play as Killick and Yangshuan and Taki.
Definitely Taki.
Maxi.
Man, Street Fighter 6 Chun-Li. Special shout outs to Street Fighter 6 Chun-Li. It's a great design evolution. It's like one of the coolest design evolutions I've seen in a game series that has gone on as long as Street Fighter has. And also, Street Fighter 6 made me care about Cammy, which was pretty impressive. Yeah, the Street Fighter 3 had to, after they kept Ryu in initially, at least, I think, didn't they? And then they added Ken and Chun-Li later, because it was like, oh, well, you know. Anyways, I've put up a new game. Crosscode is my number 5 game of the year. Crosscode, that came out in 2016, I think. I don't remember what year Crosscode came out, and it feels like it took me that long to play it. I'm just checking I want to check the official 2018. Crosscode is a 2018 video game that took me like the better part of a year to play through the entirety of, plus DLC. Crosscode is good. Crosscode's maybe one of the best games ever.
Can't wait to play it.
Crosscode is a cool action game that is emulating a fake MMO that manages to make it feel like a fake MMO, like a real MMO, while you're playing the fake MMO a little bit. It captures the vibe. And it's got a lot of fun little platforming puzzles, and it's got an amazing story. And just a really cool thing that I can't talk about without ruining everything.
Everything?
Also, yeah, winter sale is going on, as it tends to when we do this. If you want to get Crosscode for $6, I'd say go do that. Hell, you could even get the whole shebang, probably for not more than 10, or barely more than 10, I'd imagine. DLC included. Crosscode. It's good. Alright. B-Drops, you are next for Game of the Year.
Well, my immediate confession is that I have not beat 5 games this year. Probably a record for the least amount of gaming I've done as far as I can recall this past year, if I'm being totally upfront. So that being said, Baldur's Gate 3 made my list, as it seems it made everybody's. I enjoyed that game. Good game. I'm not sure I have any new notes to give. I don't think I have any novel commentary. It ruined my life for about a week, because I desperately needed to beat it.
What more can you say, truly?
I spent my whole campaign bloodless.
Damn.
I don't regret it one bit.
Oh, shout out to Astarion.
What a guy.
Incredible character. I need to play a character who gives a shit about him. so I can dig more into those depths, because even while not giving a shit about him, he still delivered some of the coolest story and character moments that I've seen in the game. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I somehow ended up around people who only hate him.
You sure did.
I like him, and he's growing on me even more. It feels like the shit he disapproves of and approves of changes over time.
It does.
Or
Yep.
yeah, he's I was surprised. There's a couple things I'm surprised he's approved. As I continue to just be, mostly a straightforward, good-hearted hero.
Yeah, I
Come
mean,
around him.
he's a complex character who is pretty. I mean, most of the party changes a pretty good amount throughout your adventure, but as far as the things they approve of and disapprove of, his feels pretty significant in regards to the potential for change there. I really like him. I feel bad that a lot of people are immediately rubbed wrong by him. I get it, though. I get it.
Yeah, the thing about Baldur's Gate 3 is, I think, like you said, every character goes through a thing, a lot of changes. Every character has a significant, almost visibly transforming arc. Most of them are literally visibly changing arcs.
Mm-hmm.
In that game, which I think is really cool. A lot of
love
RPGs
it.
don't commit to that on the level that Baldur's Gate 3 does. Every single one of those motherfuckers, if you keep them in your party long enough, they're gonna do some shit that is going to change their entire existence. And that's great.
I love it. I love that very much.
In my case, it was leaving.
Oh, yeah. I respect that, though. I respect so much that these NPCs have the programmed autonomy to the extent that if you are just that opposed, if you were just diametrically opposed in every capacity, they will simply say no thank you.
Yeah, end of the
I
story.
can't think of another game that does that in a way that isn't you actively deciding to screw them over in a very specific point of their specific quest or something. I don't know. I'm thinking of like the Rex storyline, particularly, as
Yeah,
a
right.
good example of that.
Hmm.
Sorry, Mr. Rex.
Yeah, Stearns is definitely was basically the last decision of his arc, but like big props.
Oh,
It
the
was just
drama.
like I wasn't. He had no reason to give a shit about me after not letting him do a certain thing, and like that's fair. We did not for that very much. Like, why would you stick with me after that?
God, this game is definitely worth replays, but if you don't have the time to commit to that, I definitely explored certain parts of the game with save scumming just so I could see every branch that was possibly available to me. And if you've got an important part of the story you're at with your Blorbo, please make a good save, label it, and go nuts. I was astounded at how different the outcomes were for that ending alone of like the end of Astarion's quest line. The various choices you can make at the very, very end there, how different those results were. Just please explore that to your heart's content. You may be surprised how diverging the forks are in that road.
Yeah. Okay.
What else I got? I played Splatoon 3 this year.
Yeah.
I
I've been
almost
playing a lot with you. It's fun.
Yeah. I almost forgot that I could put this on here because I almost forgot that there was a story mode. I enjoyed the story mode, I should say first and foremost. I didn't forget it for lack of enjoyment. I 100%ed it. It was a good time. It was a very good time. It's my favorite story mode thus far.
You didn't play Octo Expansion, right?
I did not though.
Yeah, okay. I mean, not to. I think you might still like. I don't know which one I like better personally, because I feel like this one definitely just builds off of Octo Expansions, the things I already liked. So it's like, I don't know. One begets the other, but it's very good.
I imagine it will only get better from here if they continue beyond DLC, or even if they make more DLC beyond the upcoming ones.
I truly wonder what Splatoon's life cycle is going to be going forward, because it was like, Splatoon 2, you get the DLC, and at a certain point you're like, yeah, they're probably going to make a Splatoon 3 one of these days. I don't know if we count past 3 with this.
No idea, honestly. I would love to see more, but at the same time, I understand you start getting into the higher numbers for a franchise at this point.
It's just, yeah, Nintendo is pretty famous for not really wanting to do more unless they have something specific they want to do with it. Like, outside of the Pokemon franchise, because that's like a whole other monster.
Oh my god. Sorry, I suddenly speaking of Pokemon, that was a stupid. My brain suddenly started having a stupid idea that I don't know if it would fully be applicable, but I'm suddenly thinking about it. How Pokemon has different versions of their games every generation. It might be fun for something like that to happen with Splatoon. I could see that being a thing. Especially if they want to try a different, like, Splatfest
man.
sort of setup, or even a different competition, not maybe something entirely different from Splatfest. We could have slightly different story modes, kind of, a la Ruby and Sapphire. Your bad
Oracle
guy
of
is
Ages,
my good
Oracle
guy.
of Seasons.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
All
That's
very vague
fascinating.
concepts.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's just like, but how do we apply this to a shooter, to a multiplayer shooter? Because that's the unfortunate hole that they're also in.
Yeah.
Is that this is a shooter game.
Make it work,
I'm
Nintendo.
impressed they're making like a fucking roguelite.
I mean,
I didn't expect that much.
A shooter usually has 2 sides, so if you want to have like a
Eternal one versus the other. That'd be
good.
That'd be the harshest rivalry this franchise would have implemented thus far.
God.
God, how would you even market those? Like Pokemon's marketed with the flagship Pokemon on the front, but you have two idols or
Oh
two
my
different idol
god,
groups.
two
Oh
different
my God.
worlds of
Oh
idols.
my god.
I mean, Scarlet and Violet
Terrifying.
has two different professors also, so it's like, I don't know. There's a precedent, at least in the Pokemon Company. I don't know if they're gonna crib those notes in Splatoon, but have a fucking Splatoon Animal Crossing crossover game.
Yes.
It's the same
God,
teams.
they were
just-
squirrels.
They were squirrels. Now we
They were.
make them just their own beasts. Put
You
Marina
could.
in the game and
That would-
have her talk to Marina.
Yeah. That would be cute. I would love to see that. Yeah, hypothetical tangents of things that will probably never ever ever happen. Anyway, the other games on my list are the two Hyrule Warriors games.
Did you?
These were the only other two games that I beat this year.
I was also there.
You were also there, and so was our friend King Fats.
It's true. I was, yeah. Like I said, interesting time. It was a
Yeah.
fun venue to play. It's basically how I always wanted to play those games, and just get people together. Couch style.
It was fun. Yeah,
Uh,
I enjoyed it.
I only managed to catch some of the streams while the Pathfinder game was on hiatus, but I enjoyed them. I've played only one of a Warriors game, but they can be a fun time.
It feels so good to just unleash your bloodlust, just mow down all these fools.
It's true. The variety of
love this
playstyles, especially for a couple of sets of characters that were virtually the same kind of person, I guess, for lack of a better term, was pretty impressive. Like that, you got two Ritos, but they play very differently.
Yeah, our guardians and their descendants. I was very impressed how unique they played.
Urbosa and Riju probably the most polarized.
Richu's
Completely
play
different.
style is wild.
Oh, I love a Riju. I love a Riju in Tears of the Kingdom. She's grown up to be a fine lady.
Taller than Link.
Taller than Link. It's true.
Good for her.
Fucking manlet. I mean, that's just been her genetic destiny, I suppose.
Yeah.
But like, it seems
was
she's
straight.
already taller than him.
Oh, but
Might be
it's
the
so
heels.
funny. It might be the heels only slightly though. She will surpass him within like a year or two, I'm sure.
If that, She's young.
But yeah, I enjoyed these games. As a longtime fan of Zelda, these were two entries that I had just not touched. The first Hyrule Warriors I probably should have put up on the in the section of games I was really late to playing.
Yeah, I guess both cases really. We were really
Yeah.
late to those parties.
Yeah, this game was released on like 4 different consoles or something, so I really should have just picked it up at some point and really dived in.
We got there.
Yeah, we did, and it was a good time. I'm really glad to have finally gotten through those.
Yeah, it was especially the first Hyrule Warriors is very silly. But it is I'm not immune to a game entirely built on fan service. I think Nintendo does fan service very well. I think they are they're pretty locked into what people care about from properties and will reinvigorate them, or like kind of remind you of why you liked the thing,
Mm-hmm.
or like enhance it, amplify it. They're good at that. Smash Bros. And Hyrule Warriors are very good indications of, remember that thing? Yeah. You get how this works.
Love the thing.
I love that thing. I love a
I
Majora's
love
Mask.
it. I love Majora's Mask very much.
Okay. Wordsy's list.
Hello.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. I played
Final
Baldur's
thoughts
Gate.
of Baldur's Gate 3.
I played Baldur's Gate 3 a lot. I'm going to continue to play it a lot. I don't really think I had more fun with the game this year. Just learning every possible combination of activities that you can do there's so much.
Oh, it's endless.
It's yeah.
I-
I'm playing 4 co-op versions of this game right now, and I've seen new stuff in all of them somehow, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
It's so cool. I feel like I tended to explore dialogue as much as possible, and I also and I enjoyed exploring like environments and reading all the books, but the one thing that I feel like I haven't touched on enough is the what is the word I'm looking for? The amount of things you can do in the environment is crazy. I don't think I've touched on that enough. Like all the statuses you can put in the environment, all of the interactions you can do with those, all of the objects in the environment that you can push and pull and duck behind and throw, all sorts of it's I've
You
hardly
can just start
touched it.
busking in the street if you want.
It's true.
I have a save file that is literally just how much gold can I make from only playing music and not picking up anything in chest.
It's very silly, but it's pretty good.
You're so legitimate.
I like trying different things in the game, so it makes it, the game makes me happy to play, and it's been endlessly fun.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. Baldur's Gate 3 is probably my game of the year, easy. But I have more.
You do.
Yeah.
Like this one. I mean, you've already said quite a bit, but
Yeah.
any follow-ups? Any punctuation to
Um,
Hi-Fi Rush?
Hi-Fi Rush, like I said, the game made me feel a lot of things just because it's so positive. I said it reminded me of Wonderful 101, and that's because of Wonder Red. Wonder Red is one of the most earnest characters I've seen in a video game in a long time. He makes you believe in heroes again, if that makes sense. I think Chai and the crew from Hi-Fi Rush do something very similar. They are just doing it against the man, and it's awesome. It's a very good game. It's super fun. I'm not usually great at character action games, and I made it through this one, and I did stuff that I thought was pretty great. And it's also got some of the best music in the world. If you like music in video games, hell, if you just like music, play Hi-Fi Rush.
I still need to play it, but I will say that I have listened to, like, specifically the Hi-Fi Rush versions of some songs
Mm-hmm.
that I already like, and this is kind of like, a voice clip of a guy saying "get them" really does add something to Invaders most time.
Yeah. Let me see what else you got. You got this one. Nope. This one. Tell me more about Liza P.
Liza P. I'm gonna crib some notes from somebody else from last night. Liza P is a really good, like, Souls-like game. It does a lot of things that you would expect from a Souls-like game. Great, awesome. It also does them in many cases a lot better. It takes, like, the parrying system from Sekiro. It takes the movement dodging stuff from Bloodborne. It takes just so many things from a game and makes them just a little bit better. But it's also just kind of a great package. Like the visuals, the story is stupid. Hey, music. The music in that game made me oh I don't I sounds. It made me make sounds. That's what it was.
Good
it's
way?
so
Bad way?
yes. No,
Okay.
like not derogatory. It's such a good game, and it's I don't know, I'm happy when the game I play makes me go, wow, I really want the little people in this game to be happy afterwards. Yay. And both this game and Hi-Virus did that. But yeah, it's such a stellar video game. It plus it's pretty fun, and I felt good about some of the things I did, despite what I said mostly earlier. It's not all doom and gloom. But yeah, Lights of P rules is top to bottom pretty great.
All right. You have a double entry for fourth?
I couldn't pick, so the first one's the real one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I did not. So hey, I like Sonic the Hedgehog. Shakes, you know that.
What?
I did not expect this free game to be as good as it was and as charming as it was, but it is as good as it was and as charming as it was, and everybody who thinks I'm crazy for how much I talk about Sonic the Hedgehog, if you play this game, you'll understand I'm not crazy. They're just neat. They're all just cool, neat guys
Just
and
think they're
gals.
neat.
It's just fun. I promise. It's all cool and good stuff.
I mean, Generations is the only Sonic I've played directly. I mean, I've experienced in one form or another I'd say the majority of Sonic games, and I don't know, I appreciate them. They you know, they can be very earnest and endearing when the people behind them are, you know, fully engaged and
Lost in the
also
sauce.
fans of Sonic. Yeah.
I would say while this game is full of earnest and endearing, it's even, but it's like doubly, triply. So I can't impress this upon you more. It's free. It's great.
I kind of expected it to just disappear at a certain point, but no, they just kept it up. I
Yeah,
thought it was
it's
just
a-
gonna be April Fools. All right, yeah. Anyways, the free game is gone now.
The Sonic visual novel rules. Play it.
I do need to,
Yeah.
but I gotta get over him being dead first.
It's fair. And then my last game.
You had the
Uh,
secondary fourth.
Oh yeah, my secondary fourth. There's a puzzle game called Viewfinder that I played this year. It is very fun. It scratched the itch that Portal used to scratch. And if you have played a game called Superliminal,
Yeah.
very very similar like vibe and idea. And it's instead of what if things big or small, is what if perspective was exactly what you saw. It makes the game as a whole just fascinating. It's really fun. I think the story to it can be a little kind of weak, but overall
I've heard the dialogue is
Yeah.
bad.
But overall the game itself is very very fun and super super engaging. Like the puzzles are absolutely great, and I really do like, if you are looking for an experience that is just good fun puzzle stuff, this game has that in spades. Try it out if you get a chance to, especially if you like your mind bendy a little bit, just a little bit though.
And
all the games. A little more.
yeah, and then you also like
Bomber
same.
Cyberpunk. Shake said it. It's just Iridia 3.
it's
It's
for
a great game. It's it did a lot of things that I wanted from the series. It took a lot of the quality of life stuff that I didn't like and fixed it. I waited a long time for it, and they eventually did just make it, and I said, well, great.
Yeah, I guess I honestly probably should have put this one down as lived up to the hype as well, because goddamn, was that a game that was just like, oh yeah, this looks sick as hell, and then I played it and I was like, yeah, this is sick as hell. They
It's
made
like
a Jet Set Radio with like a tiny bit of Tony Hawk Pro Skater mechanics.
A little bit.
Just a little bit, just enough of them.
Yeah, Sega fucked around long enough, and somebody just said, I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
It's great.
Yeah, it was top to bottom really good game. Some interesting sequences, some really fun characters, and I think if it gets any further updates or support, I'll be very happy.
Mm-hmm. It's got a great mod scene.
Yeah, it does. The multiplayer
Man.
mod is so funny.
Oh man, I gotta hit that up sometime.
Yeah, it holds up to like 20 people or something stupid.
All right, PO, send us off.
All right.
Give us one more Baldur's game.
Look, I think the characters are fun. I like talking to them. I like their arcs. You know, it feels like as the characters change, it actually feels like real writing.
Whoa.
Man, I think Lae'zel might be my actual favorite.
Nice.
That's respectable. That's respectable.
Nice.
Like,
So
but
fucking happy.
in order to like kind of to leave things open for a second playthrough, Karlak and Will have spent a lot of time on the bench. I plan on trying
Fair
to
enough.
bring them around more. Oh, and Halcyon, I think I took him out into the world like twice. But so there's room for the rankings to shift. But Baldur's Gate 3 had a lot of fun with it. Continue to have fun with it, and the length of it is intimidating for a second playthrough. But I think I will manage to persevere eventually.
Nice. I need to go have maybe bump with Halcyon.
Everybody should.
Yeah.
Look
Street
at that
Fighter's-
man.
He's
Massive.
yeah, he's a thing and a half.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, man.
Street Fighter 6. It's my first Street Fighter, but it's very friendly and approachable.
I would say
I don't know how the population on ranked is doing these days. It might be a little tricky, but when I was doing multiplayer, it was pretty good at putting me against people who were roughly the same skill level. It was, for the most part, real fights when doing the matchmaking. And not like sometimes when the battle hub where I'd meet somebody completely out of my zone who just want me to hell and back. But there is, even if you don't play any other people, I've felt like a worthwhile time in a game, and very engaging, and cool character creator. It's fun to make a person and Frankenstein together this in whatever insane fighting style you're going.
Yeah, I definitely want to kind of revisit some of it, if only because I kind of want to make more OCs in Street Fighter 6 and give them different playstyles just for funsies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, you also had Potionomics.
This game is from last year, but I played it this year, and it is, one thing that I really thought enjoyed with it was I like the kind of like the visual novel with animated 3D models kind of presentation. I don't know if anybody else has really done that, but I thought it was neat, and I really liked all the character designs, and I enjoyed deck building. It was fun to craft, combos and have them pop off. The store management side of it was not less involved than like say Recettear, but it had it really like the strength of its characters was like what really made this one a great game for me.
You didn't want to destroy the economy.
And it towards like I kind of did by accident towards the end. It's like, oh, there's still many days before the final thing, and I have completely blown that goal out of the water without meaning to. Whoops. I can only imagine the havoc you could wreak if you knew what you were doing from the start. Just went for it from the jump.
I love to break economies. Let's see here. Got a game that didn't actually get discussed whatsoever until now, so bring us Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, it's more Monster Hunter, which is just what I wanted. From what I've seen online, the wire bugs are highly divisive. For the most part, really like them. I enjoy the increased mobility, but apparently it's that's not a universal opinion. No, some people didn't like having to engage with them. I guess I don't know exactly.
I guess, yeah. I mean, like I can understand that not appealing to old heads. Monster Hunter has lots of those.
I'm incredulous.
For the most part, I liked. It felt the only thing I really missed from World, the food.
Yeah.
Like mechanically, I much prefer how Rise does the food, but it just like thematically it just doesn't compare. World's food was so good.
Yeah, gotta bring back that beautiful chef.
Yeah,
Stacular chef. Muscular.
He was so big.
But like, gathering going quicker was, I thought, a nice change. I love all the monsters. Some of these, like some of the new ones from Rise, are just a delight. I love you, Kappa Sumo Wrestler. But yeah, I still need to beat the main story of Sunbreak. I feel like once I do that, I will be free, and I respect that there is always monsters to hunt if you want to get on that grind. But there's a point where I say, thanks, game. That's all I wanted. See ya.
I gotta go now. Bye-bye.
I will not hunt that thing 100 times. Sam, I am.
Yeah, I can kind of get in that mix. Ugh.
And finally, wherever the hell that one went, Saints Row.
I think I covered most of my Saints Row thoughts earlier. I think this may be my favorite locale of the bunch. I really dig the town. It's very zones. It felt very easy to like. Very quickly, I started to learn my way around it, which it took a lot longer for Stillwater. I don't know if I ever quite learned Steelport the way I did the other ones, which is kind of wild because of the 2 whole games there. But there's some stuff that's kind of underbaked, some stuff that's quite jank, but You know, it's more Saints Row, which was at the end of the day kind of what I wanted. It fit that for me, and if I liked it. It was a fun time. I don't know if I'll go back really, but maybe someday.
Maybe when the
Alright.
next one comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. We already went through the best game never coming out. And what more is there to say? Damn, all year of video gaming boiled down to 5 titles or less. Thanks for joining us, everybody. That's the game of the year. I hope everybody has enjoyed their things. I hope everybody likes to argue about our opinions. Boy, I would love to say more of them. But a lot of them involve major story spoilers for 100-hour games. So
I'm so curious.
Oh, well.
Can you tell me after we're done?
I'll say some things. Anyways,
Okay.
fuck that guy. Fuck that guy specifically. If you know, you know. But yes, it is otherwise time for us to get out of here. Truly, have a happy New Year, everybody.
Hmm.
And
Thanks for sticking it with us. We hope to see
Yeah.
you in the next one.
Looking forward to next year.
Play some games with us.
Gotta
I'm gonna
go
hit this
to
button
my
that says goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye now.
See you in the funny papers.
Goodbye.